Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Okay, I don't know where the music goes. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. How's everyone doing today? Wow. Okay, this is gonna take a minute. 1 second here. I'm gonna have to play with the camera. Somehow that actually works. Does that work? Face? Okay, I'm gonna have to move that. Okay, I'm gonna have to, wow. Field of view. Look at all this room. I can see myself too. Wow. Look. Let me turn this on. Look. I went to a worse camera and we can see more. Look. There's me. So what I need to do is stream. There we go. Look. I gotta move that camera. I don't like that. I don't like, you can see too much of the wall and it's on an angle. Let's move you there. Hi. And right about there. Right about there. That works. Are we good? We're still on a bit of an, wow. Oh, this is gonna take some getting used to. I moved everything. I've moved everything and it's all different. And Lord, like, look at that camera angle. It's not even looking at me. That's how big the field of view is. I am way off. Okay, give me a minute here. Just before I went live, I decided to do the absolute biggest brain thing you can do before you go live on a live stream, and that's completely readjust my setup. Because, you know, as you're about to go live in front of several hundred people, what you should do is completely change your setup. It's still on an angle. Is it? It's like this. Okay, this is level. I don't know, this kind of works. It's not zoomed. Here's the thing. Same sensor, APS-C sensor, same lens. This is a Sigma 16. But what I've done is is chat frozen. Let me refresh. Overlay. Refresh cache. There we go. It's a bit contrasty. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, OBS isn't updating. Why isn't the overlay updating? Oh, there we go. It's a little washed out. Yeah, so we're gonna have to play with all the colors again, because this is the A5100 that I used to have in the garage. So what I've done is I've brought it in here because we don't really do builds down here anymore. We don't really do builds in the basement anymore. So I'm like, you know what? What I'm gonna do is, what about there? Does that work? You know, it'd be nice if I had a horizontal indicator on this camera. We don't really do builds down here anymore. So I'm like, I'll take the camera that has the higher res, the A6300, which is normally down here. I'll put it in the garage. And then I'll move the A5100 down here. So that's what I did. Like, I decided to do that 5 minutes before going live. Great time to do that. So unfortunately, this is only 1080p, but considering it's just doing this, it should be fine. Like, I've got no qualms about dropping 4K. I'd rather have the 4K outside in the garage where, you know, oh, wow. Okay, it's 60 FPS. Well, okay, it's 60 FPS. Yeah, that's true. So it is 60 FPS, so 125. How do I change my ISO? Oh, there we go. Okay, ISO. Let's lock the ISO at 4,000. Is 4,000 right? 4,000 ISO. That's usually what I lock it at. Wow, I am blown out. Am I blown out? I am blown out. Okay, we'll just put it back to. I'll play around with all the settings because everything on this is an old camera, right? It's the A5100. It's a little old. Okay, ISO. We'll just leave that at auto for now. Auto ISO. Can't change exposure, yeah. Manual exposure. Yeah, whatever. I'll just leave it as is. We'll play with it. I'll play with it another day. There we go. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Although, holy shit, you can see the mess on the desk now. Chat, everyone, be very active in chat to hide this. Yeah, everyone needs to be very active in chat today to hide the shame as much as possible. And the fact that you can see the monitor annoys me. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to readjust everything, or I could just, you know, if I really wanted to, I could just, you know. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Main camera, A5100. Just do this. Oh wow, now you don't see. Ooh, we're zoomed in. Okay. Anyways. New mission, hide the mess. Yeah, everyone just be super active in chat today and we'll hide the mess. So the reason you're seeing more, this is an A60 or an A5100, which is 1080p, which means at 1080p 60, which if you notice, we got 60 FPS right now. It should be butter. At the 60 FPS, or there's no crop. There's no crop. Before the 4K cameras have a crop to them, so everything is punched in a bit. So this has a wider field of view. So we got that going for us, which is nice. So yeah, so hi, welcome to the show today. Obviously we're not working on Tallboy. We're not in the garage. We're not working on Tallboy. We're still waiting on some parts for that. So in the meantime, there was something I've been meaning to try out that we never got around to, and that was putting a CHT nozzle. The wipe, I'm not playing with any of the settings. We're just leaving everything at default for now. I'm not gonna bother with the settings on stream because I gotta go dive through the menus and everything, and I can't, it's a pain to do on stream. Keep forgetting that mutes it. Okay, so I gotta put this somewhere. So what we're gonna do, and I have no idea if this is gonna work, okay? We're gonna be playing, we're gonna fly close to the sun today. You know I have this Ultimaker. It's an Ultimaker original. It is old. It is retro though. It still works. And we just built this. And we've been doing dumb fun things with it lately. And one of them is, how fast can we print on this thing? And we've gotten a sub 30-minute benchy with it. Now, I don't know where it is, because my kid took it. So what we're gonna try and do today, the goal is, with this machine, is to do the least amount possible to see how fast we can go. What happened to the gray card and locking white balance? I don't know. If somebody wants to send me a gray card to the P.O. box, I'll use it. But until then, yeah. Because I looked how much a real gray card costs, and F that. At least on like Amazon Canada and like the actual like proper sites that sell proper equipment. Yeah, F that. I'm not paying that much for a real gray card. So we've been playing around. We've gotten a 30-minute benchy on here, but it was under-extruded. So I've got ahead. I've got this Bowden nozzle. It's a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. And the goal is to basically try and see how fast we go. You guys, okay. For all you bitching about the white balance, now we're gonna spend however long it takes me to figure out how to adjust my white balance. So I'm happy, I'm glad you guys are happy. Because now we're gonna have to, while I figure out this decade-old Sony interface, how to adjust my white balance. So all you guys complaining, I'm glad you did. No, that's my exposure. We'll leave that alone. probably gonna have to go into the menu. Let's go into the menu. Custom settings, camera settings. Yep. You guys asked for this. You guys asked for this. Exposure comp. White balance. Okay. So right now, oh, wow, I had the right button, but I pushed the wrong one. Pushed the wrong one. Camera settings, white balance. Oh, that's why it's set to 5600K. Let's drop that down. I normally sit around 4,000. Yeah. There we go. How's this? We'll do 4,300 for now. There we go, 4,300. How's this? 4,300. Normally I leave it around. It's in the 4,000s, below 4,000s. How's this look now? Balance is restored. There we go, much better. There we go. The problem is I've got 3 LCDs in here, and none of them are color correct. Like if they're a percentage of the RGB spectrum, the answer would be 2. Because the main screen that I have OBS open on is a 15-inch Dell with a DisplayPort to VGA adapter. So you know the color correction on that is foobar. You know it's great. But on the bright side, in the garage now, I've got 2 upgrades. We've now got an A6300 out in the garage, so we'll have 4K in the garage for the build streams, which will be great. And then also, I picked up another lens today. The little guy had a good week at school, so we got him some Orbeez. So we had to go to Toys R Us to buy some. Yes, Toys R Us still exists in Canada, by the way, and they're actually doing pretty good. So we went to Toys R Us, and there's a Henry's, which is like a Canadian chain of camera stores, like Black's or B&H or something like that. I went in there just to poke around, and they had a trade-in Sony Sigma 16 that was used, and it was $200-something off. So I was like, sweet. So now I've got Sigma 16s both in here and in the garage, which is great. So the garage has better glass now, which is a Sigma 16, which is an f1.4, which means more light coming in. The image should be better, and we're at 4K. So win, win, win. I've got to unload this. Control. Oh my God. Temperature. How do I? Main. Prepare. Preheat. Pla. There we go. Preheating pla. I'm like, what about the bed? Oh wait, this doesn't have a heated bed. Yeah, digital zoom. Yeah, that's pretty much why I like it. Like, I like being able to do, like, you know, these punch-ins, which these ones for comedic effect, okay, cool. But down here, it's not so much of a big deal because, like, this is printer unboxing room. This is the printer unboxing room and the print and chill room. So if we're doing up close stuff, I'm using the up close camera. So this is basically just for talking and unboxing, so I don't need 4K for this. So yet I'm still uploading to YouTube at 1440p 60 FPS at 18,000 kilobits a second because that bit rate. Which Twitch, what the hell, why 6,000? So plus now I don't have to censor my gamer subs bottles as much. You got a dual extrusion one of these? Oh my God. So if you don't know what this is old Woody. Although we don't call it that. This is an Ultimaker original. This is probably one of the first mainstream commercial printers that people went, I wanted to get into 3D printing, they went and bought one of these. 2011, I think, is when these originally came out. This kit is from 2014. However, it is an Ultimaker original kit. What that means is it doesn't even have a heated bed. This is basically the final development of the original Ultimaker. So that means it's got an 8-bit microcontroller. It's got A4988s. Its extruder is literally made out of wood. It is wood, this machine. So that means it shouldn't be able to move that fast, which you'd be wrong because we can make this thing do 30-minute benchies, and we're printing at 7K excels at 300 travels. And it just does it, and it's absolutely hilarious. Control, okay, let's main, repair. How do I unload? Move access. Prepare, move 10 mil? Oh, move 1 mil. Can I move the extruder in 10 mil increments? No, just XY. Okay, move 1 mil extruder. I don't know if filament's going in or coming out. Filament's going in. Okay. So we need filament to come out. Dang it. And stupid thing, I gotta change it to live chat. There we go. There we go. How good these old frames. Well, that's the thing. Remember, this machine is old. Yes, this machine is old. Like, no ifs, ands about it. This machine is ancient. However, I don't know about you. That's a NEMA 17. We still use those. Okay, it's MXL belt, not GT2. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, yes, this machine is ancient. But it's still built out of the same thing as every other printer, except for the Magneto X. The Magneto X, you know, Poly has to come out with a printer that I can't use my everything's made out of the same thing anymore excuse. I have to put a little asterisk after it and go, oh, we all use the same thing to build our printers, except for Poly. Because Poly's got to do something new and actually, you know, innovate instead of just taking the same stuff and put it together in a different way and slapping a label on it. This thing is the most slow extruder in the world. Is it even a... Oh yeah, that filament is coming out. Oh my god. It belongs in a museum. Okay, we gotta... prepare. Temperature. I gotta cool down. Preheat. No, I don't. Main. Prepare. Cool down. Can I turn the fan on? I need to cool. Temperature, load memory, store memory, firmware version, no. Trying to figure out if we could turn the fan on. Repair, auto home, cool down, switch power off, move access, no. Okay, I want to turn my part fan on. Control, motion, store memory, load memory, restore failsafe, firmware version, no. Is there a way to turn the print from SD? Is there a way? I guess there's no way to... Is it under temperature? Oh, fan speed. There we go. And of course, it's... There we go. There is all... Wow, everything... I am surprised. I switched from a 4K camera to a 1080p and all my screen sizes stayed the same. I didn't have to redo any of it. That chirp, yeah. Why don't we go back to wood frames? This is called aluminum extrusion. It's better than this in every way, except for the fact you can't stain it. You can anodize it. Okay, I need some tools now. How big is the nozzle on one of these? Also, I love the fact I'm missing my 7mm wrench, which I'm gonna need in a little bit. Okay, that's that. Should build frames from pasta. Don't tell that to the, okay, I'm gonna wait till this cools off and I'm gonna turn it off. The last thing I wanna do is accidentally short something on this machine. So we're gonna let that cool off. I really don't wanna short something. And while we're doing that, let's fire up Cura. Why Cura? Because that's the profile we got for this machine. It's next to my 10mm socket. Speaking of, does anyone, I'm being joking, don't actually contact me, but I've got like 3 of these Sony 16 to 50mm lenses now. How many lenses do I have? How many of these do I have? Do I have 2 or 3? I've got 2. Okay, I've got 2 of these, which are the Sony 16 to 50s. I've got a Tamron 24 that I don't use anymore because I got an 18 to 50 Sigma that I replaced it with. And then I got this Gucci, like, well, not Gucci, but this old Russian lens. Oh my God, the focus is so much better on this camera with the Sigma. Look at that bokeh. Look at the background bokeh. Look at that bokeh. All of a sudden I've got lenses. How do I suddenly have a collection of lenses? That just kind of happened all of a sudden. Where did they all come from? I don't know. Yeah, it's the crappy kit lens that they all come with. That's garbage. That's why yeah, the Helios M44. It takes really nice pictures. Let me see here. I took a few pictures with it. We're waiting on this to cool down. I really don't want to accidentally short it. So, prints, Nero 3D, import, ERF. Did I bring it to ERF? No, it was MRF. It was brought it to MRF. Speaking of, if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, we give away a spool every stream. Link for that in the video description. But yeah, so this was the A5100 with that Helios lens. It does the really cool, like, bokeh swirly background. So I took this to MRF and I took a bunch of pictures. The only problem is it's got no autofocus and it's got a really shallow depth of field. So you really have to, have your manual focus dialed in. Because look how stuff gets out of focus really easily with this lens. But it's a nice, fun lens for portraits. It's like a 48mm lens, but I got it on an APS-C, so it's even more focused. Okay, 82 Celsius, cold enough. Let's unplug you and unplug you. Soviet lens. Yeah, that's a Helios M44. I've got an adapter on it for Sony E-mount. Okay, there we go. So that goes that, and that comes off. Okay, the fact that there's still filament in here kind of annoys me. We'll see. Yeah. Also, I'm really hoping somebody said it's the same thread pitch, and I'm trusting them on that. Okay, what? Do I still have filament? I thought I... How are you still connected? How does this work? You come up. There we go. There's... How are you still... Where are you connected? Where's... Oh, is the filament stuck in the... Ah, shoot. There's like a little... The filament's not in the tube anymore, but it's... There we go. I probably should... This thing's still like 100 Celsius, so I'm holding it by the filament, so we're okay. Okay. So now Bondtech CHT for mosquitoes and E3D hotends. Close enough. Okay, so is the nozzle long enough? Yeah, okay. Hopefully the pitch is the same. It should be the same. It'd be metric, right? It's all metric. Please tell me it's the same pitch. Please tell me it's not like 1/4 inch or something. No, it's the same. Now where is my thingamabobber? Where is my... Oh, is it in the garage? Shoot, is my ratchet in the garage? It might be in the garage. Yeah, it's in the garage. Shit. Good old crappy. Remember these? You know how you get these? Well, guess what we're using today, kids? Somebody gifted a membership, or somebody became a member, and I missed it. Your activity. Who was that? Fabrico Shammy. Cheers for the gifted membership. Nature's Loctite time. Exactly. That ain't gonna work. Oh shoot! This is a CHT, which is smaller, like 1/4 mil. 1/4 inch works. Oh God! This is a little nozzle. Okay. Look how little it is. We might have an issue here. I don't know if it's gonna stick past the fan shroud because this nozzle has a big, you know, a big chungus block versus the CHT. We'll do it. This might be a problem. Yeah, well. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to have to adjust our Z offset. That's for sure. Turn it on. This makes a thunk when you turn it on. I love it. Straight to Vulcan. So, how? Please tell me we got some clearance, because I can adjust the Z offset. The Z offset's easy. It's a screw. I can adjust the Z offset, but the fact that the nozzle, the fan shroud's going to hit before the nozzle might be a problem. Oh, it's going to be close. Nope. That fan shroud is going to hit before the nozzle. Okay. How can we adjust it? Muted, unmuted. Cool. You can't hear the click if you have noise canceling headphones in, so I have to take my headphones out. But also cheers to Oliver, who gifted a community membership. Cheers. Okay, so now I need to hear the click. And of course you can't, I really don't like this set position. Because there's no way to get in here and live adjust it. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't make a click when you come down. Damn it. Why are you still effing? Okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. What? Okay, right about there? Maybe right about there? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Music. Sweet. Okay, this is kind of annoying because every time I tap my ear, I'm used to adjusting my earbuds, but these, the tap for them are on the outside versus the click I had before. So I keep accidentally clicking them, sorry. Okay, so let's cut these tabs off. Hopefully it won't fall apart when I do that. We'll find out. And then we'll do a home and see if we're good. And if we're good, we'll try printing something. Also, I printed this mask the other day, and I got to take off all the support, and I accidentally printed it with way too much support. So, I'll probably fiddle with that during the stream today. Okay. Prepare. Auto home. Dang it, I gotta drop that. Turn off motors. Yeah, I gotta drop that click ever so slightly. Over there. No, that's too much. That's too much. But on the bright side, we're no longer hitting. I view that as a small victory. Okay. I mean, we don't, in terms of clearance, we don't have much clearance, but we do have clearance. But what I need is some M3 washers. That's what I need, because these are destroying this wood. problem is when you tighten the end stops, what happens is you crush the wood, and when you crush the wood, you crush the wood. It's not good to crush the wood. You don't want to crush the wood. So it makes adjusting them afterwards an absolute bollocking pain in the butt. The question is, do I have M3 washers in here? That's a good question. Do I have M3 washers in here, or do I got to run out to the garage? I was really hoping to avoid having to do the whole runaround thing, but we might have to do that today, class. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the whole running around thing, class. So I'm gonna run out to the garage and grab some washers. You guys talk amongst yourselves or something. Actually, there might be some in here. Let me double check. Let me double check. One of these rooms, one of these boxes has to have washers in it. No, that's extra nozzles. There's this box. It's from one of the kit builds. Heat sets, magnets, set screws. No. No M3 washers. Yeah, these are left over from one of the builds. No M3 washers. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run to the garage. I will be back in 1 minute. Don't burn the house down while I'm gone. That's important, because, like, you know. Okay, walking and talking, walking and talking. Hey, puppy. How you doing, puppy? You doing good? You're just gonna walk slowly in front of me to prevent me from moving fast? No, and now you're gonna stand by the garage door. No, don't stand by the garage door. There you go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Did you miss me? I missed me. Okay, so I screw this back in. Okay. There we go. Speaking of, did you guys get a chance to watch today's video on the YouTubes? Because none of you did. It's doing horribly. It's doing horribly. I think we just hit 1,000 views on it before going live. It's like 10 of 10. It's like my worst video in a while. I'm like, shit. There we go. Yeah, it's like it's statistically like the worst video I've done in like a while. Right there. There we go. What are you doing down here?
Good night, Dad.
Good night, Calvin. You gotta go. Daddy's working. There we go. Oh, that is way too high. That is way too high. Try there. Oh, other way. Other way. There we go. So close. I hate, man. Oh, man. Isn't it great when you have a probe and you can just, you know, not have to worry about this? The funny thing is, I'm doing more work. I could just, you know, get it kind of close and level the bed. But the thing is, my bed's already level. I don't want to have to re-level the bed. So I'm just trying to get the Z perfect. Or at least close enough. Close enough. I'll deal with close enough. I can live with close enough. Tap. I don't think tap works on this setup. It would be really cool if it did, but alas, I don't think tap would work on this. Speaking of, that is a... It's going to be really interesting to see how this handles the CHT. It is going to be really interesting to see how this handles the CHT. Okay, and that locks that. That's locked. Extruder's locked. Machine is on. Okay. Got this, so now I need my SD card reader. That'll work. Give HeartK 30 minutes, I'll get tap working on it. Okay, so Ultimaker Cura. This was the last profile that we had set up. These were the print speeds. So let's load up a benchy. Okay. And let's just carry on from the last settings we had. So this is a 29-minute benchy. Save to removable drive. Eject. Okay. Pop that out. Pop that in. Card inserted. Print from SD, benchy. So this is a 30-minute benchy. Pull that there. Okay, so now it's heating up. So well, that's what we're hoping. We're basically, we're gonna start off with the profile that we got to last time, and we're gonna see if this does anything. Because at a bare minimum, you know, worst case Ontario here, or best case Ontario here, we should get a benchy that is exactly like the one before, just a little bit better, and that means we have overhead. And if we have overhead, we can do more to make it betterer. So, also I've got like a freaking power supply here. I gotta move this over here. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, Get these out of here. What, I got a Revo nozzle. Freaking Revo nozzles, they just give that shit out like candy. My wood is hot, sir. What's that thing people do? Do I have it in here? I don't think I should have it in here. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I might have brought it back out to the garage. Like, where's my lighter at? Also, for all you... Oh my... I forgot about the noise. Okay, it's not extruding anything. Is filament going in? Filament's going in. Okay, can we tune? There is no offset on this. There is no baby stepping. Control, motion. Is there a way to, yeah, I don't think there's a way for control. Yeah. I don't think there's baby stepping. So we are totally under extruding. Actually, that ain't horrible. I'll take it. Actually, no, that ain't bad. No, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. I can live with that. I can live. Actually, that ain't bad at all. Actually, that's, if anything, yeah, that bellissimo. Why am I Italian? I don't know. Is it a 0.3 nozzle? No, it's just a normal 1.75 millimeter CHT that we threw in here. I want to see if that gives us more flow. Also, I probably should have heat tightened it. But I want to see if this gives us more flow than the previous, the stock nozzle, which I don't even know where that went. Holy shit. Where did I put it? Don't lose the stock nozzle. Where did I put it? Ah, crap. We're not even at the Nero After Dark part, and I'm already dropping and losing stuff. Well, hopefully I never have to replace this nozzle now. Did I put it inside the printer? I did not. Okay, this is actually working. Okay. I know, it's hard to say. Hard to say yet. Don't you hate when you I screwed up with this mask. I printed it multicolor and I totally just kind of eyeballed the slicer settings for support, and it's got way too much support in areas that don't need support, and it's a pain to get rid of it all. Okay, I think it's doing better. I think it's doing better. We're printing at 235 Celsius. What is a mask? It's a Chelsea mask on Thanks. Chelsea Creates. We like Chelsea. She makes good stuff. Yeah, 2.85 through 1. Well, to be fair, it's through a 0.4. It's a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. I mean, it's got to get necked down eventually. Only now it's getting shoved right into a CHT. Oh, it is under extruding like mad. It is under extruding like mad. Problem is, I wish my little guy didn't take the old benchy that we did, because I don't have a comparison. It's under extruding on the infill, but the walls are okay. Put an orbiter on it. I would, but the problem is the orbiter is a 24 volt heater and everything, and this is all 19 volt. So it wouldn't work too well. I do have an orbiter V3, but wouldn't you rather have me put that in, like, you know, a Prusa or something? Something that actually would be able to use it and will actually get used out of it? There we go. I don't know if it might be doing better. It's under extruding on the infill, but the walls look better than they've ever been. I screwed up with the support. I put way too much support in this. This is way too much support. I mean, on the bright side, everything that is supported looks really clean. Turn the heat up. It's at... Nozzle's at 240. We're printing plot at 240. And before you tell me, no, Polymaker doesn't make their fast PLA in this. And no, I don't have any 3mm ABS. Otherwise, I would try ABS. But I don't have any 3mm ABS. All I've got in 3mm is PLA. Maybe a sock. Sock won't do much for it's the block is holding its temp. The block isn't losing temp. So that's not the issue. Klee has about 5,000 pounds of 3mm ABS. Why? Why, Klee? Why? I'm loving the noises this makes, though. I miss the days of industrial printer noises. It reminds me of my state-of-the-art bamboo machine and its quietness. What's going on? We're trying to do speed benchies on an Ultimaker original. We put a CHT nozzle in here to see if that helps. So far, results are inconclusive. And then also I'm trying to clean off support off this print. Like industrial computer noise. Yeah, this reminds me of connecting to AOL. Are we getting filament leaking? Yeah, we got filament leaking. Pause print. Oh wait, shit. Okay, you know what? You know what? Shoot, where'd I put that wrench? Where'd I put the 1/4-inch wrench? Okay, I'm big genius, big genius. I got this. Where's the 1/4-inch wrench? How did I lose a wrench? Seriously. Oh wait. This'll work. That's 6. It's 6 mil, right? 6 mil. Okay. Turn that off. You come over here. Drop the bed. Oh, that's a lot of oozing. That's a lot of oozing. Got that. Got that. There we go. There we go. Hot. Print from SD, Ultimaker, benchy, G-code. There we go. There we go. Right back where we started. And I forgot to start the timer. So for those that don't know how we were measuring this, we don't measure the first layer. Yeah, we never hot tightened it, so I hot tightened it there. So now it's hot tightened. We don't measure the first layer speed for this benchy because, again, this is an unheated bed. So I'm printing slow for the first layer, and I'm printing with a brim. So those are things normal benchies don't use, so we're not counting the first layer time because it's not... I mean, this is an official speed benchy anyways. Because we're not using the speed benchy, like, settings when it comes to, like, what you're allowed to have for, like, infill and whatnot. We're using actual normal real-world print settings. So the only problem is we've moved our nozzle up a bit. First layer's still good enough. Wood printers look old. Well, yeah, it's wood. Look at this wood. This rich mahogany. With Corinthian leather belts. I know hot tightening will adjust the Z offset. That's why I was watching it to make sure it wasn't too goofed, but it seems okay. So we're gonna roll with it. I mean, it's PLA sticking to blue tape. It actually sticks pretty good. Also, I'm breaking off support using a pair of snips. So at some point I am gonna cut myself, so make sure you clip it for content, guys. Because what's the point of getting hurt if I can't use it for content? Honestly, the view is awesome. The view of what? The view of what is awesome? Like a flathead plier for it. Oh, there's the 7mm wrench. Well, that's good to have. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now it shouldn't ooze anymore. Hopefully. Okay, this came out pretty cool, actually. So this is a, it's a mask by Chelsea. She's a creator on Thangs. So. That's pretty cool. like a dryad mask or something. There's holes I could put string through it, but. And this is printed, remember how like Bamboo for some reason sent me like a whole case of this green silk PLA? It's a really shiny silk green PLA. And then I used, it's actually copper fill for the eyes. So, and I printed it with like dent setting. So this was printed on the Bamboo. Because it's the only real multicolor printer that I have that I use regularly. And unfortunately, this model, you have to paint on the color, so it kind of like, eh. But yeah. Actually came out really nice. I forgot to start the timer. Oh well. You know what's funny? The mouse is working just fine today. At least right now. Where did I get my shirt? Somebody sent me this shirt. I can't remember who, I'm sorry, but somebody sent me this shirt. And this is something I should have on my store, because I said this on a stream, I think. And then somebody made a shirt and sent it to me. But I need to put something like this on my store. Some speedy wood. Yeah, this is some fast wood, I will say. This came out really good. Also EP2. I don't use EP2. I don't use EP2 at all. I use just generic white lithium grease for all my greasing needs. What does it even say? With zip ties, hopes, and dreams, you can do anything. Is it oozing on top? It was oozing before, and then I heat tightened it. So hopefully it's not oozing anymore. It might be residual ooze from before. Or it might not. We'll find out in a bit. Because I did forget to heat tighten it at first, and then I heat tightened it. So hopefully it probably drooped down, but it shouldn't build up anymore. I really wish I had some MG94 ABS to feed this thing, though, I will say. Like, I mean, I think I have one. Do I have one? I technically do. I could. I mean, if you want to get technical, I could shove an M4 extruder on this, and then M4 extruder, 3mm filament, change that to a 3mm Bowden tube, and just kind of jam it in there because it's a 3mm nozzle. The problem is there's way too much play in the... Yeah, it wouldn't work. Shit. I'd have to replace the whole hot end to get this 3mm. Yeah. Because the plan would be to, what I would want to do is put a very light extruder on it, make it direct feed with like a Revo or just a Volcano or something. Get an old V6 heat sink and use. The problem is the heat break. It's the heat break is way too fat for 3mm. It would just blob in the heat break. If it was if you were feeding 1.75 through a 3mm heat break. It's not the block, it's the heat break. which, as you can tell, it's kind of special. Just twist two 1.75s together. This is why all those speed benchy folks use, this is why all the speed benchy folks use ABS, by the way. It flows a lot better at higher speeds than PLA. I will say it is looking better. Why do I hate Bowden? Okay, Max. Okay, we're gonna work on something to try and make the community a better place. At what point did I say I hate Bowden? At what point did I say I hate Bowden? Because according to you, I hate Bowden. So at what point did I say I hate Bowden? Because hate's a pretty strong word. So let me know at what point I timestamp it. I'm live 15 hours a week. Timestamp it where I said I hate Bowden. Let me know. I prefer direct feed. I prefer direct feed. But y'all, and I'm saying the royal y'all, as in y'all say X hates X way too much. You know. Now, if somebody comes out, oh, I hate XYZ, then okay, cool. But, you know, if somebody just has a preference for a certain brand or they like a specific setup over another, it doesn't mean they hate the opposite. Please stop using that word as often as you guys do. And as the community, it gets really annoying really quick. Bowden isn't bad, it just needs larger retraction. Yeah, so here's the thing with Bowden, the reason I don't like it. One, you have to deal with this, okay? So you have filament is your feed. That's the downside of FDM and FFF. I like saying FDM, sue me. The downside of FDM is your consumable is your control. So you rely on your filament that you are actively melting and extruding and changing the material properties of to control the flow rate of itself. Because you're basically shoving something into something that melts it. You're basically going into a heated block with your filament. And that controls how it flows, and when you pull it back, it doesn't flow, and yada, yada, yada. So the downside with that is, filament, as it heats up, it changes its material properties. As you shove it through a Bowden tube, it acts like a giant spring because it'll, you know, there's got to be, you got to have clearance in the Bowden tube for it to travel. Otherwise, it's sticky and it doesn't work too well. But that means if there's clearance in your Bowden tube, that means it can bounce, it can fill it, it can bend, it can overfill a Bowden. So basically, the shorter the filament feed path from the last point of control, which is your extruder, to where it actually exits the hot end, the shorter that path, the better. Regardless of what anyone says, so like we're talking in, remember math class where you're doing physics and you're in that, you know, that Magic School Bus episode where you're in the plane of no friction, right? Friction doesn't exist, we're ignoring friction. We're ignoring weight, okay? So once you take weight out of the equation, there's no reason to have a long Bowden path, okay? The moment you take weight out of the equation, shorter Bowden, shorter feed, the smaller the distance from your extruder to the filament coming out of the hot end, the better. The moment you take weight out of the equation, there is no reason to have a Bowden setup. But we do have weight, so we got to deal with that. Now, granted, with modern printer designs, with how, you know, we don't build them out of wood anymore, we got, you know, got this stuff, aluminum extrusions. So we got aluminum extrusions. We got firmwares like Clipper, current Prusa firmware, whatever bamboo kit bash there together. We got input shaper. We can handle that now. So weight isn't the issue it used to be. And we got really good compact extruders now too. So yeah. Extruder equals hot end plus feeder. No, extruder is the thing that okay, also 3D printing terminology is junk. This is a tool head, but I come from a more machinist background. So this right here, the thing that's moving around with your fans on it and your hot end, this is your tool head, in my opinion. That's what I call it. This is a tool head. That is an extruder, or that is a hot end. An extruder is the thing that pushes the filament. This is like people who call computers the CPU or the tower. It's like, not really. A Zesty. I never used the Zesty, and I probably never will, because the Zesty has the same problem as the jetpack. Who here remembers the jetpack? Let me see if I still have a jetpack. I might have a jetpack still. Let me go digging. Do I have a jetpack? Please tell me I have a jetpack still. I might have taken it apart. No, I don't have a jetpack anymore. Dang it. Yeah, I took it apart. Yeah, I took it apart. Dang it. I was hoping I still had a jetpack. Okay, so at one point in Voron development, I think this was in 2.2 days, or yeah, this was like before 2.4. So back in the before 2.4 days, when we decided, hey, direct feed on a Voron is fine, we had this brilliant idea where instead of having your extruder, your Mobius extruder out here, and then you had Bowden, which was great at the time because, you know, you could zip your tool head around fast until we realized it really didn't make sense. Instead of putting the extruder on your tool head, you actually mount your extruder to your X rail behind it, okay? So that way your tool head is still light and you get a really short Bowden path, okay? So the tool head itself is still light, but you get a short Bowden path. It's great. The problem is it's kind of one of those, it's not the best at either, so it sucks. Because you're still moving the weight. Okay, you're not moving the weight in the X, but you're still moving in the Y, and you still have a Bowden path, or a Bowden tube. Yes, it's shorter, but it's still there. So it's not as good as a direct feed setup, and it's not as light as a Bowden setup. So the problem with the Zesty is kind of the same thing. You're not as good, or you're not as light as a true Bowden setup, but it's not as good of an extruder as a direct feed setup. It's kind of like those weird middle ground solutions rarely are the best option. It's basically, you got to metagame it, right? You go for the power build. You put all your points into strength, essentially. You go with what is the best. So, like, Zesties maybe work a bit better on like a Delta, but most modern printers, I don't think it's, yeah. Hello, pupper. Let me zoom out so everyone can see the pupper. There's the pupper. Was he whining? Aw. Okay, I'm back. Phil R, Doggo Treat Fund, $4.99 cheers. Kilocubit, $5 doggo cheers. Sucks with pressure advance. Oh yeah, pressure advance with a Bowden setup is just crazy. And even then, I don't even like the term Bowden setup. Like personally, I like direct feed. Like it's not direct drive. Okay, let's get into terminology here. Okay, I know people call them direct drive. They're not direct drive. Do I have one? I do not. Okay. Yeah. So I don't have one. Well, I do, but I'd have to go digging for it. A direct drive extruder is an extruder that has the actual gear that pushes the filament on the drive shaft of the stepper. That is direct drive, okay? Otherwise, it's a geared stepper. So you have a direct drive stepper. This is a direct drive stepper. This is a direct drive extruder. The actual drive gear is attached to the drive shaft of the NEMA 17. This is direct drive. This is direct feed with a geared extruder. So the geared extruder directly feeds into the hot end through a minimal Bowden path. Obviously you can have zero Bowden path if it's, you know, you get one of the LGX kits or whatever, but in this case it's a short Bowden, we ignore it. Whereas this is, I like to call remote feed with a geared extruder. That's the terminology I like. It makes a bit more sense. But we all just use whatever the hell we use because that's just what we learned. So, it is what it is. So I prefer the term when referring to either because a Bowden is just a tube, right? It doesn't mean anything. That's like calling, it's just a term. It's a thing. So I prefer direct feed extruders and remote extruders, but that's me. How long are we at anyways? We're at 21 minutes. If Polymaker ships to you, Goku, you can win. I'm pretty sure they ship to most of the EU and North America, Australia. They ship pretty much everywhere. I tried a Zesty, but the steps were milling. Kyle, you're probably running your motor at too high an amperage too. Did you adjust the current on the motor when you swapped it? Has anyone asked the extruders what they identify as? Whatever they want. The fact that this is half, the entire extruder assembly here is just laser cut wood and it wobbles like mad. The fact that it even works, I'm surprised. What kind of filament? It is Jesse. It's Jesse PLA. Printed Solid hooked me up with some friggin' David. I know you were being nice, David, and sent me a whole case of 3mm. I don't need a whole case, and also I got completely screwed on taxes and duties when it showed up. But David hooked me up with a whole case of 3mm PLA. Because, I mean, who's buying 3mm PLA? Yeah, it's 3mm. Well, 2.85, sorry. It's 2.85. So here's the funny thing. Okay, you ready? The whole point of me getting this machine is I wanted to show that, you know, printing hasn't really advanced that much. Like, yeah, we've got, you know, in the last year we've gotten some pretty Gucci stuff, but a lot of it's all quality of life. The actual mechanics of a printer really haven't changed much in the past 10 years. I mean, this machine is keeping up. So the thing is, it's like, the whole point was to do the least amount that I could on this machine and print fast. We can do a 30-minute benchy on this machine. And I was gonna put Clipper on it, but here's the thing. We're already outrunning the hot end with 8-bit Marlin. That was last updated half a decade ago. Like, if I put Clipper on here, all that means is I'm just gonna outrun the hot end even faster. Like, I'm already getting screwed on taxes and duties. Or sorry, taxes and duties, somebody said that in chat, that's why. How? Because I live in Canada, so anytime something crosses the border, FedEx wants like $50, and then the government wants 13% of whatever the purchase price is. So yeah, like we're already outrunning the hot end with Marlin, 8-bit Marlin. Why is spaghetti more popular than linguine? Because it's more fun to say. Put a stealth burner on it. What it needs is a volcano. What it needs is I need to put a V6 block in here. Because you can get tool heads for this. There's community open source tool heads you can print. It needs a new tool head with a V6, because with a V6 I could put a volcano in it. And because the reason I want to use a volcano is I still want to use a block heater like this, so I can reuse the heater cartridge. Because this is a 19-volt heater cartridge, and I want to keep that. I'm trying to keep the electronics the same. So we get a 19-volt heater cartridge, or we get a volcano, 19 volts, longer melt zone, higher flow, get a better part cooling fan. And then I need to figure out whatever the lightest extruder I can put on the top of this thing is. The lightest standalone extruder I can put on this. And then clipper it. 19 volt, what the... Hey man, that's what the Toshiba power supply that feeds this thing is. How thick is the bed? I don't know, like half an inch of acrylic. Almost at replacing the bed. No, the bed's fine. We're only printing PLA on here. PLA on I don't know about you, it ain't warping. Sherpa Micro. Sherpa Micro would probably be the lightest one. Also, something this really does need is the belts. All the belts in here are MXL. There's a reason we don't use MXL anymore. So I should honestly replace all the belts with 2GT belts. And all the pulleys from MXL to 2GT pulleys. That is something that should probably be that should be done as well. So. Oop. What's wrong with MXL belts? It has to do with the profile. Let me pull it up here. MXL versus 2GT. It has to do with the profile. Yeah. So, wow, this is a great image. Okay. So you can kind of see it here, but basically MXL have a it's more there's backlash. So this is the tooth that's on the gear. You can see how it's kind of more sharp looking, and then you have the belt, or vice versa. The belt profile is more squared off and the tooth is more rounded. So there's actually a little bit of play versus 2GT where they pretty much perfectly mesh. So MXL, every time the belt change, like the pulley changes, there's like a little bit of slip, essentially. There's backlash, which means you actually get defects in your print. It's just the way it is. If you put a 60 watt 24 volt heater in there, you'll run at 19 volts, you'll still get 38 watts. That ain't bad. So I could put a 60 watt Revo high flow. I have a Revo somewhere. I don't know. Hopefully that wasn't a Revo that fell on the floor. I've got a ton of Revos. I got a ton of bamboo hot ends too, but I don't think there's bamboo mounts for this already. At least the, Ben gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers, Ben. The advantage of using a V6 is there's mounts already for it. What color is that? Green? Let's go with that. There we go. Hi-ya! Yeah, this uses a Toshiba laptop power supply. Because back in the day, it was super common to have your printer use either a 12-volt computer power supply or a laptop power brick. Oh. When was this made? 2021. It's the old Jesse spool before they switched to cardboard. So this is some Army Green PLA. So what we're gonna do is after the speed benchy, which looks like it came out better than the previous one. So we've established that the CHT does give us a bit more. What does it smell like? It smells old. You're huffing the filament. Yeah, I cut back on drinking. I need something. Yeah. So this is about all we're gonna get for speed out of here. We're outrunning the hot end. David's here. Hi, David. So on the bright side, we don't have to worry about the bed cooling down. Okay, let me pull this out. Here, pull that down. Pull the filament out. There we go. So now we're actually gonna try a torture on this. What speed was it doing? It was doing many speeds at yes velocity at several ripums. Good God, this filament is so thick. Jesus Christ, 3 mil filament. Oh my God. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print myself. For those that don't know, we have. Do I have one of me? Where I might have thrown me out. One of the torture test prints I use when I'm judging printers is I have a print of myself that actually Chelsea made, and it's a pretty dang good torture test because it's got fine detail on it and it also needs support. And how good support comes off is a pretty good indicator of how, good a printer is. How good it can handle support is. Yeah, there we go. Get in your hole. Get in your hole. Come on. David, your stuff's. Wow, this ain't gonna work. I was gonna say something that would not have been appropriate. That would not have been appropriate. There we go. There we go. Okay, that is engaged. That is engaged. That's engaged. That's locked. We are loaded. There we go. Why do you run one of the printers for ant tool heads at this? Because the printer for ants tool heads aren't really like this is a cross gantry design, right? Like the tool head, it'd be weird to fit it in here, essentially. It's not an easy drop-in, essentially. Okay, so we are gonna print me. Where am I? Who am I? Where am I? Don't get canceled. Bamboo already doesn't want to talk to me. Give Heartcake 30 minutes of them out. Okay, so this right here, why is it auto slicing? Why did you auto slice and prepare? Where'd I go? Where'd I go? Parsing G code. Why is it doing parsing G code? Oh wait, shoot, I'm dumb. I'm loading a G code file, not an actual model. I'm a dummy. Dummy. I'm a big brain. Big brain. There we go. 3D object. This is the whole thing. I haven't returned my emails. I haven't even bothered reaching out to them. They got my number. They want to talk. Okay, so this is me. Say hi to me. This model is a pretty good torture test model, I find. Because it needs support, it needs good cooling, it needs good bed adhesion. There's several areas that can fail quite easily, such as, you know, my glasses. So this is kind of my benchmark model that I use. If a printer can print this pretty good, it can. Okay, now my mouse isn't working. The mouse was working and now it's not. So now we need to go through this and actually make this, you know, not a blob of hot goop speed benchy, actually make it a proper print. So layer height 0.2, initial layer height 0.3, we'll deal with that. Line width, okay. 2 walls is okay. We're gonna hide the seam. Top bottom thickness, I'm okay with, we'll do 4 top, 4 bottom. 4 top, 4 bottom, 2 walls. Infill, we'll do 15% infill. Temperatures, we'll leave the temperatures high. We'll drop it down to 230. But we will leave the temps high. So this is where we're gonna drop stuff down. So we're gonna go to 120 for infill. Outer wall, we'll do 50. Inner wall, we'll do 80. Top surface skin, we'll do 80. Bottom speed, we'll do 80. Support speed, because we're gonna need support, we'll do 60 for support. Travels 300, initial layer 30. Enable acceleration control, outer wall, we'll drop that down. So we'll leave the accels high. The attractions, we'll leave those the same. The attractions are pretty good. Enable part cooling, yep. Minimum layer time. We're gonna have a 5-second minimum layer time. Supports everywhere. Okay, so what support settings can we change? Support structure. I'm just gonna leave everything. Z distance we want, XY distance. Thicker filament needs higher temps. Yeah, and we're printing fast too. Okay, that's okay. That's so support Z distance. Distance from the top bottom of the support. Oops, wait 1 second here. So we want tree supports everywhere. This gap provides clearance to remove to support. So we want like a 0.2 interference and XY. I hate odd numbers. There we go. Print with a brim. Infill travel optimization. Slice. See what we get here. Tree supports? Yeah, tree supports. They're organic supports, but not as cool. Okay. 3 hours and 6 minutes. Preview. Okay. Save for removable drive. Okay. Eject. 3 hours and 6 minutes. This should be interesting. Print from SD, Nero 3D. There we go. All the support surrounding me. It'll be like a beautiful butterfly coming out of its cocoon. Or it'll just be a complete blob and disaster and it'll fail horribly. It looks like some tentacle anime. Senpai! What are you doing, step printer? Oh, Japinity. But yeah, we're jamming 3mm filament through a 1.75 millimeter nozzle. Why do I still have this box? I still have a slice box with all the little stuff that comes with a slice hot end. I used to have the lollipop too. I still had one of their creamsicles from back when I actually bought slice hot ends. I was saving it for something, and then I think I just ended up eating it one night because I was bored and hungry in here. Also, for all you Prusa people that complain about, oh no, my hot end's putting a little divot into bed, I've like melted a hole in mine already, so. It's going to print red for a bit, then it's going to switch to green. Oop, okay, we're going to have to adjust some offsets here. Live adjust said. Live adjust said. There we go. Maybe a bit more. There we go. Okay. We're good. Live adjust said. The old school way. I know. It kind of sucks. I don't have knobs underneath. I got to use an Allen key from the top. But that'll work. I mean, it's PLA on blue tape. It sticks pretty dang good. Also, if you're wondering, there's the benchy. There's our speed benchy. So, and look at that first layer. Look at that first layer. Beautiful, beautiful. Consistently consistent. Yeah, Rain, you're running Clipper on yours, so and you have a bed probe too. Like, I kind of want to get a spring steel on here just so I can like flex the parts off, but I want to keep the bed unheated. What's your preferred filament type and brand? The filament that's loaded in the machine right now. But when it comes to acquiring filament, I'm, big fan of Polymaker. You can win a spool, link in the video description. Also, affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel, so go check them out. Link in the description. So I do like Polymaker. Jesse makes good stuff. Prusament, can't go wrong with Prusament, it's good shit. There's a local company that I don't know what their current status is, called Replitech here in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, They make MG94 resin-based ABS that's muy bueno. But they're not currently producing because I think they're having issues getting supply, last I checked. Depends. Like, it depends where you live too. Like, some countries and areas you can get filament. Like, filament's heavy. If you have a local producer, you can just roll up to their place and buy some, and it's good stuff. Get it there because you're going to save on shipping. But yeah, it's find what works for you and use it. Sparta 3D. Sparta 3D is good stuff. I got a ton of that stuff. They got good colors. They were like the only ones doing like Galaxy ABS for a while. What did you miss? Everything. You missed everything. Pumpkin spice filament. That's cuckoo. Also, I forgot to tweet out that I'm live, and I still have the same number of people here that I normally do. So I guess tweeting out that I'm live doesn't really affect you guys showing up. Although apparently nobody wanted to watch today's video, because it did shit. Let me pull up today's video. Woo, 1.1 thousand views. So if you're wondering, it's currently 10 out of 10. It's doing half as good as my worst shop reno video. Oh. Yeah, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. At least I haven't lost any subs with it. What's the tweet? It's on the website called twitter.com. It's what called a post on Twitter. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the way I started it, because you got to watch 30 seconds of a video for it to count as a view. So I'm just wondering if just the way I started the video, people clicked out. But what's Twitter? It's a website that when you type twitter.com, it loads up. Don't try being that guy and be like, oh, it's not Twitter, it's called X. Yeah, it's Twitter, okay? Everyone calls it Twitter. Everyone calls it Twitter still. Nobody calls it X. It's the stupidest name in the world. It's a shit site, but it's the best of the kind of site it is. Because if the others were any better, we'd be on the others. It's Threads. I have a Threads. It's absolutely a dead platform. Twitter is shit, but everyone's on Twitter. Oh, we're almost on that first layer. I probably should have turned Z-Hop on. I don't know if I'm running Z-Hop. I don't think I have Z-Hop on. I probably should have had Z-Hop enabled. Shit. Z-Hop. Z-Hop. Yeah. Oh, I do have Z-Hop when retracted enabled, so it should be Z-Hopping. Yeah, it does have Z-Hop. Oh, and it's disabled. Shit. Okay, let me turn Z-Hop on. I am not gonna restart this print. If this print fails, I'll try it again with Z-Hop. But normally I like running Z-Hop. Z-Hop height. There we go. Under speed, travel, Z-Hop. Okay, there we go. Yeah, normally I like running Z-Hop just because it covers your butt. You do take a bit of hit to speed, but it prevents you from knocking stuff over, I find. Can I raise the camera about an inch? Sure, let me get my spool of printer camera raising. And there we go. I just can't believe that nozzle actually fits. I'm like, yay, that nozzle actually fits. And it actually kind of works, sort of, maybe, kind of. He's getting frustrated because of digital. I mean, Twitter was already not worth anything when he bought it. Like, Twitter is not a good, like, in terms of, like, the size of social media sites, Twitter was nowhere near any of the bigger ones. And he's made it worse. Nobody advertises on Twitter. The only ads I get are for shitty, like, Wish sellers and drop shipping. Not sure what made you try the nozzle, but I said like 100 times that it would fit. Well, I was actually worried more about clearance. Because I know you modded yours a bunch, Rain. I didn't know about clearance. Like, that's what I was most worried about, was the actual clearance. That was the gaming today. I didn't do a game stream today. I was going to, and then I didn't. Just relaxed on a nice Saturday instead. It was nice out. But Monday, we're back to that. Monday, back to a game stream on Twitch. Who knows? Maybe I'll be famous enough to go to TwitchCon next year. What I didn't know was a Fantron was going to be. Yeah. Oh, you have the stock Fantron? I thought you modded yours. I thought you were running a different one, or you had the metal one or something. Can't find the Z hop. I did find the Z hop. Oh, potato, potato. Should try building a printer out of bamboo. I should get some of that bamboo, the stuff you stick on a veneer, and cover this in a veneer. Nurq. You said my name, I could say your name. Watch out for the ball pit. That was the ball pit was DashCon. Twitch had the foam pit, where that one I'll say streamer fell on her butt and broke her spine. Yeah, actress. We'll go with actress. Which apparently she got like really hurt from it. Like tons of surgeries and whatnot. Like it actually screwed her up pretty badly. So I kind of, that sucks. Also, I'm totally not in the same kind of group of people as Twitch. It is Army Green. That's why it looks like Army Green. It's Army Green Jesse PLA, 3 mil. Is it 1 wall or 2 walls on that infill? 1 wall. I gotta be careful. I got the wire here that's powering the printer. Wasn't she pregnant? Yep, she was pregnant at the time, and she had to terminate so she could do the surgery that she needed to fix her spine. Yeah, TwitchCon. Yeah, TwitchCon's this weekend in Vegas. I mean, considering I've been streaming on Twitch for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I stream 2 days a week, and I'm affiliate, I'm not going to TwitchCon. I'd rather go to Formnext, put it that way. And I'm not going to Formnext, so. Yeah, this nozzle, I will say, I don't think we'd be able to get more speed out. Well, technically we'd be able to get more speed out of this nozzle, but it definitely under-extrudes a lot less with this nozzle. So there's probably more overhead, but there already isn't. We're already pushing beyond it as is. There's like a bit of a stutter there. You see it when it does some of these moves. It's like it has like a little stutter. I don't know if it's catching or what, or just the way the path is. No, the heat break was leaking. We fixed it. We heat tightened it. So it was leaking. That's why you see filament, but we tightened it. Retraction 6.5 millimeter. I need to find one of the other ones of me. I think I threw them all out. I went through and cleared out a bunch of old stuff. Got to go to the NASA Langley Research Facility open house. Oh, dude. Totally jelly. You only just got the notification for the latest video now? Oh, great. I mean, considering how bad it's doing, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't get properly sent out for notifications. Let me double check. Content. No, it's public. It's public. It's just doing shit. Fix support wall. It's only 0.4 mil. It's 1 wall. It's only 1 wall. It's just, it might be over extruded a bit. Who mentioned me on threads? Oh my god. You're gonna make me fucking sign into Threads? Who mentioned me on Threads? Oh my god, Threads. Who added me on Threads? Making me actually check that site. Oh god. Yeah, the last activity I have on here was 6 weeks ago. And then the latest post when I load it up is from 4 hours ago. Yeah. Threads is dead. So this is pretty much what we're doing for the rest of the stream. So what are you guys up to? What do you guys want to talk about? Are we already in Nero After Dark? We're what? We're 2 hours in and we're already at Nero After Dark. CS Senior, all you do is complain now. I'm out. Cool. I'd use it from channel. Goodbye. This isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. Want to talk about the Bamboo XL? There is no XL announcement. Is there? No, it'd be on Twitter. I don't see anything on Twitter. Okay. Is there a link to this model? It's on Printables and Thanks. On my page on Printables and Thanks. Do you see the app that Lewis Rossman showed that Unite stream? I did. The only thing I'm worried about, though, that kind of app, remember what Reddit did with the API access? You basically need API access to pull all that information, and I'd be kind of worried about sites starting to limit that the same way they do. Because like right now, YouTube is trying to do the whole thing with, whatchamacallit, ads, like stopping ad blockers. So I would not be surprised if YouTube were to limit API access for that kind of stuff. So I wasn't even complaining about anything when that guy started being yippity. Oh well, he's gone. Or they're gone. Adblock being target. Yeah, I use Firefox with uBlock Origin, and I haven't had a problem. I haven't had any notifications about it. So we're just gonna kind of chooch along with that. Well, if you're using Chrome, that's Google's browser. So I use Firefox. So apparently Brave is also okay, but pay for premium. Personally, like I probably should pay for premium for the amount of YouTube I watch. It just I'm subscribed to. I've got so many. Like every now and then I go through my subscriptions. I'm subscribed to too many things. There is too much little nickel and dime things I'm subscribed to. The other day I realized I had a Crunchyroll subscription. It's like, oh wait, I'm subscribed to Crunchyroll, which every now and then I'll binge watch a show on Crunchyroll. But it's like, I haven't watched anything on Crunchyroll in 3 months. So there goes like, what, 15, 20 bucks? So. Opera ain't bad. Is Opera based on Chromium though? Now, granted, as somebody who, makes a living on YouTube, I should be telling you not use ad blockers because it steals from creators, but I'm not your mom, I'm not your dad, you do you. If you're in the test region. Well, I'm in Canada, so Microsoft Edge. Yeah, Edge is unaffected because I didn't bother to script the ad block detection for the 3 users that use Edge. So the infill is still a little under extruded, but the walls are okay. So I think we're okay. I do, but I also pay for premium the ad block. Like honestly, I use ad block because ads clutter up so many websites, and it's just it's too easy to click the wrong thing and then you're compromised with ads. So I just avoid it. Netscape Navigator. What I need to do is set up Pi-hole one of these days. That's what I need to do. YouTube Premium pays the creators more. It does. Honestly, like, to be fair, as a YouTube content creator, whatever I get in my, like, I won't give you exact numbers, but basically whatever I make in AdSense a month, I make about another half of that on top from YouTube Premium. So say like this month, say I made $100 in AdSense revenue, on average I get about $50 in YouTube Premium. And there's a lot less people than that have YouTube Premium than just the generic population. It's not like half of people have YouTube Premium. So the ROI, the contribution that somebody watches my video who has YouTube Premium, I see a much bigger share of that than I do off AdSense. So, but here's the thing. If you're a $2 a month Patreon supporter, I make more off you than anyone who binges all my videos and ads. That's the thing. You being a $2 a month Patreon supporter or YouTube member, I'll make more off of you that month from the $2 than if you were to sit there and binge all my videos. So if you want to support the creators, like honestly, in my opinion, if you want to support a creator, every creator should have a $1 or $2 tier and just support them that way. Because they'll make more off of you from that $1 or $2 tier than they will any ad revenue they get off of you that month. That's why I set up a $2 tier. Because literally, like that's your like ticket to actually supporting a creator in a meaningful way. Because right now, like my Patreon bill is like, between Patreon and YouTube memberships, I think is like 50 to 60 a month. And it's like spread out through like a couple dozen creators, I think. Plus Twitch subs as well. Does Twitch and YouTube subs stack? It does. It does. Like YouTube membership is its own thing. I think this print might come out pretty good, which is kind of surprising. When YouTube Premium download the video, doesn't that count as a full view automatically? It does. I know there was that breaking YouTube video where you could basically, you would get full ad revenue on a video if somebody downloaded it, even if they never watched it. I think they may have fixed that. Does Patreon and YouTube take a bigger cut? Technically, if you become a Patreon member, I see more of your money. However, it's a lot easier to work with a YouTube membership. When it comes to like the YouTube membership live streams, like the members live streams that we do every month and whatnot, if you're a YouTube member, it makes it a lot easier than if you're a Patreon supporter. So technically I get more of your money as a Patreon supporter than a YouTube member. But like, honestly, if you like, logistically, the best way to do it would be if you wanted to support me more than $2 YouTube membership tier, and then whatever else on Patreon. Because the YouTube membership tier gets you in the YouTube members chat for the monthly live streams that we do. And that chat's a lot more bumping than the 2 or 3 people hanging out in the Patreon unlisted stream. It's stupid the way I have to do the monthly members stream. It's stupid, but it's what I have to do to make it work. I have to split it up, essentially. Been a member on my channel since you found me. Let me pull it up here, because I can see who's been members the longest. YouTube Studio. Would it be under Earn memberships? How am I doing right now? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay there. The newest member, congratulations, Christopher. You're the most recent member. See your members. There we go. So if I don't, is this going to dox anyone? I don't think this is going to dox anyone. If you're wondering who the top members are, here they are. So G Funny Money, Bloody JMF, NERQ, JP Gray. Oh, total time. Okay, so these people have been members the longest. Although JP Gray, you stopped for a bit, but you came back. So yeah. So those are the longest ones. Kill Cubit. Hey, I'm on the list. Steve was there too. Steve's always there. It's Steve. But yeah, it's 34 months. Like, geez, we're almost at 3 years of streaming. Like, I didn't even turn on memberships until, like, I'd been streaming for, like, a couple months already. Because what? It was what? We figured that it was May 2nd, 2020 that I started streaming. That was the first stream, was May 2nd, 2020. And I didn't turn on memberships until, like, later that year, so. Almost 4 years of streaming. Ugh. Time flies when you're having fun, eh? Was a member for a good while, but life changed. No problem, Nicholas. That's how it is. That's why it's a monthly membership. And hey, you might luck out. Somebody might gift you a membership. Like, oh, we had some. Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? Jeff Montgomery gifted 5 community memberships, and the Dankies gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers. Nicholas luck out? I don't think Nicholas lucked out, unfortunately, though. Oh, no, he did. There you go, Nick. You're back to being a member. Next month, or Thursday, is a members-only live stream. So, there you go. And by fun, you mean eating grub screws. That's what we do, right? How does gifting work? So the way it works on YouTube for gifting memberships, you click the, you got to be on desktop. You can't be on mobile, because if you're watching on mobile, Android and YouTube or Apple take a 30% cut, so they don't allow it. You have to be on desktop, I think. But you click the little, I think the money sign under chat called show support, and you could super chat, super sticker, or gift memberships. But I think you have to like allow gifted memberships or something for it to work. There's like a setting you have to enable. You just did it for mobile. Okay, well maybe, well Android is Google, so I don't think they care there. But on Apple, I don't think you can. Or it might be TVs. I know it didn't work on mobile for a while. And then it just randomly gifts those memberships to people who aren't members in chat. But you have to be active. So if you're just a lurker in chat, the odds of you getting a gifted membership are apparently lower than people who are actually active in chat. So. Creeping up on 2 years, nearly my 1 year birthday, 28 months, but I think I joined just before the 10-hour V0 build-a-thon. Oof. Apple won't let you give gifted. Yeah, because Apple will take 30%. On Android, it doesn't matter, because Android's Google. So it's like, oh no, we're taxing ourselves. But yeah, gifted memberships is like one of the best things YouTube ever came out for streamers. Because honestly, like, don't get me wrong, if you want to give me money, I'll take it. But I'd rather somebody gift 5 memberships than just drop $25 on a super chat. Because I get the same amount of money, but 5 people get to become members for a month and hang out in the super secret channel on the Discord that is super secret and whatnot, and have access to the only chat channel that we occasionally use. We're gonna use the chat channel more. Hobby Hands gifted a community membership. Cheers, appreciate it. I'm 1 year old, and darn, I guess I don't get my free membership. Does it charge the gifter monthly? The gift, if you gift a membership, it's only for 1 month. So after the month, it expires. It doesn't renew. You don't have, if you bought 5 gifted memberships, you don't need to worry about that renewal. It doesn't renew. It's just a one-time thing. And if you are gifted a membership, after 1 month from the day you get that gifted membership, it disappears. Now you can renew it yourself, but it doesn't auto-renew. So if you're gifted a membership to a channel after a month, you're no longer a member, unless you purposely sign up. Or you luck out again. Still pissed off at Google from revoking Huawei access. I never really trusted Huawei to begin with. I'm in Canada, and Huawei phones were kind of pushed by the big 3 telecom companies here for a bit. And I don't trust those phones. Yeah. Hill Willie gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. You should stream on Twitch at the same time. No, Dark Sky, because several reasons. One, because now you can multi-stream on Twitch. I have a Twitch channel. follow me on Twitch. We do gaming streams twice a week. We're currently playing. We're in Act 2 of Baldur's Gate finally. But the problem is you can't merge the chats on Twitch. Okay. I already do a stream once a month where I'm streaming to 2 different groups of people, and it's annoying as shit. I'm not doing that every stream. Like, see how on screen right here I have chat? If I was streaming on Twitch, I couldn't have this. Okay, it would have to be just Twitch chat. I wouldn't be able to show YouTube chat on Twitch because I wouldn't be. You're not, as part of their TOS. You can't combine the chats, and you have to be active in both. So I would have to like pay attention to 2 chats separately, but I couldn't show the chats. Like they have weird rules. Go actually read the rules for multi-streaming on Twitch properly. Davis, 9 months, getting there. Membership have its privileges. You get to hang out in the one channel in the Discord that's private. He ignores us. I do not ignore you constantly, Sebas. Only semi-occasionally. Has no SIM card and only connects to my LAN and is blocked from the internet. Yeah. WAN show, look at through. Okay, WAN show is different. Okay, WAN show is not the same kind of show as this. They, you know, Linus and shit, what's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember his name. Anyways, they're not sitting there actively engaging with chat nonstop. Every now and then they'll look at chat to get like feedback on what they're saying. Or Luke, that's what it is. Why did I forget Luke's name? It's not like their entire show is based on chat. They also have somebody screening chat. They also have somebody like pulling questions from chat. They reply more to the merch comments. When you buy merch, they reply more to those comments. So yes, they do engage with chat, but it's a completely different type of show. They're more putting on a stage show, and people are watching in multiple platforms. And no, geez, MacBoy Pro, gifted 50 community memberships. Cheers. Okay, everyone's a member now. Appreciate that. That is definitely a MacBoy Pro move. And now we're gonna have this popping up in my corner for the rest of the stream. But yeah, so yeah, the WAN show is like a different format. Like, imagine somebody who streams like one of the bigger Twitch streamers. They wouldn't like, you know, I don't watch him, but something like XQC. Then again, he's ADD brained enough, he might be able to handle it. But trying to follow several different chats at once and engage with all of them at once. But the problem is, like, I would start talking and replying. Like, I try to read the question. I try to read the question in chat, but I don't always do it. So I might just look down and go like, yeah, that was a lot. If you were watching on Twitch, you would have no idea what I just replied to. Because I can't do this. I would have to remove this if I was streaming on Twitch. I couldn't have the on-screen chat. So, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of memberships. You get a membership. Where's the Oprah? I need to set up, because right now I've got just that. I need to set up like a new prompt for that many. You'd have to repeat the question, which I try to do, but I keep forgetting. Like it's, you know, you're not, nobody's perfect. And that's the most in one go. I think I've seen 50 before. It's definitely the most tonight. That's for sure. Hey, I might break even with the lens I bought today. That was $250, but I only get 70% of that. But that also then converts to Canadian, so it actually works out pretty good. Because right now the Canadian dollar sucks, and YouTube pays an American. Yay! Bought another lens. Yeah, I bought a Sigma 16. So now I switched the 2 cameras. So this right here is the A50-100 that I had in the garage. So this has a Sigma 16 now, which you're seeing me on. And then I took the A6300, which is a 4K camera that normally was down here. That's now in the garage. So when we do building streams in the garage, I'll have a 4K camera now. So a little bit higher resolution. I'll bump the bit rate up and whatnot. So now I got 2 Sigma 16s because I like the Sigma 16 lens for these. So, have I seen the Elgato prompter with chat mode? I did. I saw the Elgato prompter, and I really want to get one for the garage. Yeah. Any opinions or experience with the Reborn 2? No, because I don't know what that is. Sigma 16s are excellent. Sigma 16 is like the go-to lens. Reborn 2. Sigma 16 is like the lens you get if you're a streamer and you're running a Sony camera. Reborn 2. Flying Bear Reborn 2. I've never built a Flying Bear printer. For $542 US. Yeah, Ooh, is that a J-head? Is that a J-head hot end? Oh God, that's a J-head, I think. That seems okay. Here's the thing, though. You ready? You ready? Here's the problem with that. Okay, you ready? Here's the problem with this. Okay. This. Or the P1, wow, it's actually not, okay, 900, oh, Canadian. I'm like, wow, that actually is more than I thought. Let me put it back in American, so you can see how much we cry in Canadian. Wait, $949, oh, it's the combo. Where's the printer by itself? There you go, $699, there you go. So $700 versus $600. So an extra $100, $94 shipping. I don't know what shipping is on the Bamboo. How big is this machine? How big is this machine? My mouse just died. Oh, no, it's back. How fast does it go? Where's the specs? Or how big is this? How big is this? Where is the specs? How big is this machine? How big is this machine? Okay, my mouse is actually dead. Where is the actual print volume? Oh, there we go. Printing size 325. Okay, it's a 300 plus machine. So if you needed a machine that big, okay, I really need to get a better mouse for this. This like straight up died. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna run upstairs and get new batteries because this is getting annoying. Okay, I'm back. Okay, you go there. And you go in there. Ah! I blind myself with the laser. Okay, there we go. Oh my God. There we go. Okay, it works. It works. Yeah, the batteries was dying. Just tried 5.5 beta, estimated time 22, actual time 38, way off. With Cura, the issue is the Cura slicer, if I remember correctly, the reason Cura used to have really bad estimations was because it was there's a bunch of settings that are default in Cura that are turned off, like default accelerations and whatnot. But even though the settings are turned off, it uses those values for calculating print time. So you have to like enable all the settings and make sure they actually match what your like firmware settings are and whatnot for like accelerations and whatnot. And then it gives you a more accurate time. If I remember correctly, I remember that being a thing with Cura. What am I drinking? I am drinking Gamer Sup's Brand Risk out of my Pay Money Wubby Shaker. When did YouTube get rounded corners on the video? I don't know. Is that a thing now? Oh, it did. Also, they have an option for like lighting. There's like an option for like background lighting too. And then we get picture and picture and picture. So I don't know where's the settings. There's a setting for lighting. You can have like lighting in the background. So yeah. Ambient mode is stupid. I like it. Okay, so here's the problem with YouTube. Okay, this is what I don't like with YouTube. Ready? We're gonna go back to YouTube. Look how much dead space there is. This is dead. Down here is dead. Okay, I'm gonna make this theater mode. Okay, that just loses me chat. Okay? Like, this is horrible for streaming. You have to watch the stream in this way so you can see chat. So that's the downside with YouTube, okay? Let me pull up Twitch. Twitch does this so much better. Who can I stream on Twitch that won't get me in trouble? Okay, let's just pull a Hassan up here. Or actually, somebody... Oh, wait, I'm not signed in. I can't sign in, whatever. I gotta wait for the ad. Wait for the ad. It only works on non-live streams? Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go. Our favorite, you know, political guy, Hassan. Okay, so theater mode. Oh, look at that. Look how much screen real estate you get now, and you still see chat. Okay? Versus, like, it's... Twitch's stream is so much better. MakerDeck, I'd have to search it. I just popped it. I'm not logged into Twitch on this computer, so it just... I clicked the top one. Here, MakerDeck. There we go, MakerDeck. I had to search for it. There you go. Okay, MakerDeck. There you go, MakerDeck. So, yeah, like, look how much meat to potatoes you get. Versus YouTube, where you get that smaller screen. That's the downside of streaming on YouTube, is YouTube really needs to go through and redo their UI to make it more friendly for streaming and whatnot. On YouTube, open 2 windows. That's what I do when I'm streaming in the garage. Or when I'm doing the stream, when I'm game streaming, I do that. Which is better, at least on macOS, you can detach chat. You can detach chat on YouTube, too. You can detach chat on YouTube. You're after dark soon. I don't have anything to drink, but I've got stuff. Here. I got gummy bears. Because I've got tons of gummies now. Employee to actually use the platform once or twice. Yeah, true. YouTube's... Well, I mean, let's be honest. YouTube has improved their UI a lot over the years. Haribos? Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm actually really happy how this mask turned out. Chelsea, if you're in chat, I don't think you are, but if you're in chat, this mask came out really nice. Keep finding support, I keep having to break off. Just like how they're pushing shorts. Yeah, shorts are horrible. There is absolutely like zero return. Like you want to know why shorts are bad? Who knows unnecessary inventions? Let me see if I can find them here. Okay. So this guy's awesome. Unnecessary inventions. All he does is make these like these just really dumb, unnecessary inventions, okay? Like, they're just dumb little things. This is all he does. Some of his ones that have millions of views, I've made more tonight on this one stream than he does on those. The ROI for shorts is horrendous. It is horrendous. Like, the actual ROI is ridiculous. You have to get like millions and millions of views on them to make anything. And it's like somebody who does a normal video and gets like 50,000 views makes the same amount. He does long videos. I know he does long videos too, and he has all kinds of stuff. So, like, he's doing fine. Believe me, he's doing fine as a content creator. Have you seen his shop? He's doing fine. But the actual shorts, and here's the thing too, like, you get huge sub counts. So like, if I were to just sit here one day and just start spamming shorts, I could get a play button. Anyone can get a play button nowadays. Play buttons don't mean anything anymore now that shorts exist. If a channel does shorts, play buttons don't mean anything. Because all you gotta do is figure out whatever trending is and just spam shorts and hope if 2 or 3 of them pop off, you'll get your play button. And it's funny, I've seen channels do that where they mass spam shorts until they get a play button and then they stop doing shorts. I've actually seen a few channels do that, play that game. Aren't they like a game? Well, here's the thing. At first, people thought that. People thought people would go to shorts and they would find your content. And that's kind of a thing that some people do now where they use a short to kind of as a trailer for their video. So like, oh, here's what we're doing. If you want to see more, watch the full video here. But the thing is, nobody does that because this is how people watch shorts. Okay, pretend I'm sitting on a toilet. Okay, scroll, 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 like, scroll, scroll, like, sub, scroll, scroll. They just sit there and they just consume whatever the algorithm feeds them. They don't actually, very few people that consume tons of shorts actually go to the subscribe or go to the pages. So they just sit there and whatever the algorithm feeds them is what they watch, and then that's it. I am actually legit surprised how well this is coming out. Like, this is like, here, let me get some actual light on this for a minute. Like, whoop. Like, that support actually for the apron came in really good. By the way, this is printing at 3 hours, an estimated print time of 3 hours. That's how long the Mark IV takes to do this. Now, granted, that was the Mark IV stock. So before the input shaper firmware and everything. So pre-input shaper higher speed Mark IV, it also took 3 hours to print me. So. Yeah, that's without input shaper. How fast is my V2? I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually printed this on my V2. Probably around the same. Maybe a little bit faster because of minimum layer time, because all my V2s print is ABS. You could put a 2mm nozzle in this. I do have a 1.8 millimeter CHT somewhere. I'd have to find it. The problem is I would have to print so slow to melt the filament. Like, this is a 0.4 nozzle. We're already outrunning it at these speeds. A 1.8 CHT would just, I would outrun it in a heartbeat. I'd have to print so slow. $100-watt heater and CHT. Send it. Put a Goliath on it. Turn the 2.8. Yeah, just put the 1.8 nozzle and just turn all the 3 mil filament I got into 1.75. Super volcano. Oh, can you still do that? Does E3D still make E3D? Do they still make the super volcano? Is that still a thing, or did they kind of sunset it? Nope, you can still buy it. There we go. Good God. Thing makes no sense. It's for a very specific use case. There are people that use them. There are people that use them. Remember, E3D also does commercial sales. Like, you guys got to remember that. Remember, just because you have a printer in a lax enclosure in your house, that doesn't mean you're the entire market. There is, whenever a company comes out with something, most of the time they come out with it because somebody asked them to make it. Or they've done some market research to see that, you know, if we put the time and money into developing this and bringing it to market, who's going to actually buy it? Very rarely does somebody come out with something and go, look at this. Who wants to buy it? It's a thing. You should buy it. It's like, hey, this is for people who, you know, need to tighten stuff. We've researched that. They want to buy this. Buy this. Wait, I'm not the entire market? I know, surprising. Good morning. What are you doing up so early, Ronnie? Is it for my 7? Oh, I found the 7 mil. I got the 7 mil right here. Is that, yep, this is Army Green PLA. Revo Diamond nozzle, I'm thinking now. It's really cool. Like, I've got Revo Obsidians. I don't have a Diamondback. I've got Obsidians. I've got the high temp ones too. Here's the thing with the Revo Diamondbacks. If you're printing ceramics or metal filament, yes. If you just occasionally print, you know, carbon fiber PETG, yeah, don't bother. Don't bother at that point. That thing is cruising. It is. It's moving at a pretty good pace. Yep, this is fully stock. This is a fully stock Ultimaker. It is running the latest Marlin that Ultimaker put out for it, which is from like 2017. We are using the newest version of Cura for slicing this model, and all we've done is put a 0.4 millimeter CHT nozzle in it. So all we've done is change the nozzle on this. Otherwise, this machine is fully stock. 0.2 layer height. Don't dismiss my Diamondback purchase. Well, I mean, if you only want to buy one nozzle for the rest of the machine's life. I'm actually just surprised how good it looks. Although I am kind of a little worried of that fan shroud getting a little close to the part there. If anything starts curling, we're hitting it with the fan shroud. I'll add to the follow-up. Well, this will get clipper, but it needs, like, here's the thing. Putting clipper on it right now is pointless because we can already outrun the hot end with 8-bit Marlin with A4988s. So putting clipper on here doesn't buy us anything right now. It buys us pressure advance and input shaper, which will improve print quality, but we're not getting any more speed out of this machine. What it needs is a higher flow hot end and a better extruder. This needs to be converted to 1.75. It needs a high flow hot end. It needs a better extruder before we even think about putting clipper on here. Because putting clipper on a machine that stock can outrun the hot end, it does give you some quality of life improvements, but you're not going to be able to go any faster because we're already maxed it. We're already as fast as this can go. So, is there a slight shift? No, I think it just cracked a little bit. Maybe under extruded a bit. I don't know. Do I have a runout sensor on any of my borons? I do not. I do not. If I don't think a spool's enough for the print, I'll swap the spool. Yeah, none of my borons run a filament runout sensor. Temp graph for that hot end. It's sitting at a pretty stable, like you know, we don't have a graph, we have this screen. But it's been sitting at 230 of 230. It hasn't moved. Oop. It's been sitting at 230 of 230 for pretty much the whole time. So it hasn't shifted more than a degree. And it's not oozing anymore, luckily, so that's good. What are we printing here? We're printing me. It's me. We are printing me with a bunch of support around it. Does Ultimaker use a ramp boards? No, it's older than a ramps. It's a let me find it here. This is what it has. So it's got an Arduino Mega, a legit one, not a knockoff one. It's got your drivers here. So this is basically, it does the same thing as a ramps, but it's not a ramps. The ramps is a header or a hat that basically takes the control, because the Arduino does all the thinking. All it does is it takes all the available pins that the Arduino Mega has and converts it to something that's usable with thermistors and resistors and capacitors and, you know, higher voltage and whatnot. So this provides all the brains and this provides the functionality. So the ramps does the same thing. It's a hat for an Arduino Mega, but this is what this has. So I would never have guessed you, Nero, because you don't need support. I do need support from viewers like you. Thank you. More of a predecessor. I don't. When did the ramps come out? Ramps controller. When did the ramps actually come out? Because there's a few different variations of it. Because ramps 1.4 is the common one, but when did the original ramps come out? If I remember correctly, like the original version, like these are supposed to be something you can make at home. It's all surface mount. So you can pretty much like solder one of these up yourself. Ramps 1.4. Where's ramps 1.4? Oh, here you go. Ramps 1.2 is 2011. Jeez. Ramps 1.4. We all know this guy. There you go. But yeah. What slicer? Kira. Trouble finding exact date for the first ramps release, but 2010, yeah. U1.1, September 30, 2010, yeah. The ramps category in the RepRap forums go back to December 2010. Oof. You know what's funny? If you go on Reddit/RepRap, there are still people like building printers with ramps. Like, hey, I'm designing a printer. What ramp should I use? And it's like, my brother in Christ, don't be buying a ramps in today. Like, ramps is, no. Why are you doing that to yourself? Like, I know ramps is like RepRap heritage and whatnot, but like, why are you buying a ramps? Why are you doing that to yourself? They're so cheap. They're not that cheap though. How much is a ramps? AliExpress. How much is a ramps? Okay, so a ramps kit, because you need the whole kit, okay? With drivers. Whoa. Uh-oh, AliExpress. Oh, no, AliExpress, don't do that. Okay. So a ramps with all the drivers is $25 actually, and it comes with a screen. If you trust, you know, Maycom. So what, $25? But here's the thing, you can get, but those are, it's 8-bit, crappy drivers. You gotta go in there with your screwdriver and adjust voltage. Just get an SKR Mini E3. Just buy an SKR Mini E3. What would you suggest? Anything. Ramps is dead. Ramps is horribly outdated. Like, the lack of fan controllers alone is yeah. Picture Tech ramps. No, the 1 point, like, remember, ramps ends with 1.4. Anything after 1.4 is not official. It's just some company making something. Ramps is an 8-bit. Okay, yes, ramps is an 8-bit, but it's designed to go on the Arduino Mega, which is 8-bit. And I believe there is a variant of a hat that goes on the 32-bit Arduino, but it's not really that common. So if you want to be semantic about it, then yes, you're right. Ramps is an 8-bit, but it goes on an 8-bit controller. But yeah, if you're going to be building a modern new printer, something from Big Tree Tech, like any of the SKRs, the Octopuses, Mellow, you've got the Flyboards if you want to play like Duet on the cheap, or RepRap firmware on the cheap, or you can go with a Duet board. There's good stuff out there that's way much better like, you know, let's, you know, what do we got? What do we got in this box right here? Well, we got, okay, cool. Hey, look, a Leviathan. What do we got on here? Okay, we've got two 5160 high voltage drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2209s. We've got massive SSRs. We've got, how many fans do we have on here? 0, 1, 2, 3. So we got 4 fans, 3 end stops, NeoPixel filament runout sensor. Oh, some more fans, some resistors, Z probe. Oh, LED controller. There's your heat bed power, heater power, board power. Oh, and you can plug an Arduino in, or you can plug a Raspberry directly into it. Oh, and there's your 48 volts for your high voltage. Like, yeah. Don't be buying ramps. Don't be buying ramps. Yeah. Don't drop the octopus. Rearm boards for ramps are 32-bit. Yeah. But is that really a common thing? Like, I think I have a rearm somewhere, maybe, I don't know. I have a 32-bit Arduino somewhere. But like the fact that like the whole hat board thing is kind of dead. Same with like drivers. I don't like step sticks. We shouldn't be using step sticks anymore. The step stick format has too many issues, especially with heat dissipation. Give me a nice clean single board solution. Print is tubular. Well, it's all a support. Okay, what are we at right now? We got 13 minutes until the giveaway. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, enter for your chance. Link in the video description. We'll be giving away a spool at 11. Use SK boards to run astrophotography EQ mounts. Yeah, why not? It's a controller board. If it's running Marlin, it can eat normal G code. Like, yeah, why not? I know it was a Chep did a video where he used some old Creality boards for something. Cheap CNC or laser engraver, but other than that, yeah. Like the big problem with 3D printers with the ramps is the simple lack of, like a stock ramps is only 12 volt too. A stock ramps board is 12 volt. So we're running 24 volts as the norm now for printers, and even now we're playing with 48 volt high volt steppers. You want multiple, you want a controller fan, you want a chamber fan, you need a part cooling fan, you need a hot end fan, and you don't want to be doing like, you know, some cheap companies do where your hot end fan is pretty much on the whole time the printer's on, because that kills your fan, right? Most people, I leave my printers on all the time. Fans, if the fan doesn't need to be on, don't make it spin, you're just shortening its lifespan. I like drivers directly soldered until I burn one controller. I need to replace the whole board. Sebastian, here's the thing though, if you fry a board, odds are you're probably taking out everything at that point. And are you willing to risk buying a new board and then putting drivers that may potentially fry the next board on them? I have never fried a controller board. In my 5+ years of 3D printing shenanigans and 4 years of building printers on camera, I have never fried a controller board. Now, I've gotten some really good sparks for the intro of a video, or for my intro video, but I've never fried a controller board. So every time somebody's like, oh, I like step sticks, because that way if I blow a driver, I can replace it. I've never blown a driver. So every time I do a step stick, it's like, well, I'm just, you know, dealing with an inferior format. What about a CNC board? I don't have a CNC. The only, well, okay, technically I do have a CNC. It's a little desktop CNC, and I use a Duet 2 to control it, and it's running RepRap firmware. So. I'm going to be hearing this all night when I go up into the computer room. 5160s are notorious for frying, unfortunately. I believe it. I have them in the VZ bot, and for the all of 10 seconds that it printed the other day, they seem to be okay. You didn't pop it. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. To be fair, full disclosure, yes, I did kill a Duet 2. It was a Physec clone Duet 2, and I killed it by backfeeding 500 watt, backfeeding it with EMF, or what is the proper term? I hooked a 500 watt spindle to it directly, and that killed it. So the backfeed EMF killed it, which isn't normal operation. So, yeah. 2 times MOSFET died on the SKR boards. Okay, so that's something that's new on some of the newer boards. The Superfly, or the Super Pro 8 from Fly, that has in the VZ bot, has replaceable MOSFETs. I'm okay with, I like replaceable MOSFETs. I'd rather have replaceable MOSFETs than step sticks. Physec clone failed. Well, to be fair, Ben, that board functioned as the main controller of this Voron right here for 4 years without an issue. That Duet 2 was a tank. Backfeeding it from a 48 volt driven 500 watt spindle would probably kill a real one too. Would Clipper on an under 3 be worth it? Legion, if you already have a Raspberry Pi hooked up to it for any other reason, then yes, put Clipper on it. Back EMF is why it has protection on Duet 3. Yeah, Duet 3s are also much more expensive than a Duet 2, and for the type of desktop CNC I'm using, the Duet 2 is perfectly fine. Where are we at right now? We got 8 minutes. It's going to be really interesting how good the supports come off. That is going to be the test on this, is how good the supports come off. Sold. There you go. Put Clipper on it. I have a video on how to put Clipper on an Ender on my channel. It's a little old, but it should still be good. Just do CHOW for installing it, or use one of the pre-made images. Oop. Is there actually a Nero? There is! There I am. We're using tree supports. Oh, there was a SpaceX launch tonight. Dang it. Big Tree Tech Pad 7. That's a good option. The Big Tree Techs are, like, I've got a Pad 5 here. Yep, I got the Pad 5 here. So this is a Pad 5. It's got a CM4 in the back. This is a really good setup because it's using normal off-the-shelf hardware running Clipper, normal Clipper. So unlike the, oh, I forgot, I broke it. It's in multiple pieces. Unlike the Sonic Pad, which uses proprietary bullshit, this just runs normal Clipper. In fact, this one right here, I can power it up. Will it power up off this? That might be enough juice. Might have enough juice. I don't know if this strip I got it plugged in is enough to actually power it. Screen's off, so probably not. Is just running Raspberry Pi OS, so I can like surf the web on this. What was that tiny board I hear? Oh, the one I put in a vise. It's right here, actually. It's some random FISEC board they sent me that I can't remember what it was that didn't work. Something didn't work on it. After like doing a whole bunch of testing, we decided to just crush the board in half because it annoyed me. Content. Oh no, the launch was like half an hour ago. Get on X and watch it. Yeah, I can't believe they did that. That is so annoying that you can't watch they're not streaming them on YouTube anymore. Let's check if they on the Pad 5. I don't even know. Does this even have an Ethernet port? This doesn't even have an Ethernet port. Oh, it does. I don't know. I was using it on Wi-Fi, so I never even plugged it in. All right, let me actually plug it in and see if it'll boot. I don't think there's enough juice through this power line to power it. Give it some time, see if it boots. Screen turns on, it does a little thing, but then it turns off right away, so I think it just doesn't have enough juice. The launches on NASA TV. Only NASA launches. They don't stream the they don't stream like Starlink. Yeah, unfortunately this doesn't have enough power to. I think this is only like a 500 watt or 500 milliamp coming out of that power bar. Okay, we got 3 minutes until the giveaway. Woo! This is actually moving at a pretty good pace too. It is going to be really interesting how the supports come off on this. It's doing my hands already. Coming along. NASA space flight. Yeah, NASA space flight, I'll watch them occasionally. The problem is, like, whenever they're doing like a SpaceX launch, you don't get any of the good stuff. You don't get any of the high def, you know, on the actual vehicle footage. They just restream whatever SpaceX has. With the Pad 7. You can run both printers. With Clipper, you can do multiple installs on the same Raspberry Pi. That is something you could do. I've personally never done it. I'm not a huge fan of it, especially on something like a Pad where it might be mobile. But you can do multiple installs. You got to use something like CHOW to do that, though. Cooling also looked. Yeah, I'm surprised how good this is actually coming in. Like, it is a 50 mil fan, and it is ducted. Also, it is kind of chilly in my basement. Pretty quick, Woody. You said it, not me. within driving distance from Wallops Island launch facility when it saw an ISS resupply launch from 2 miles away. Oh, nice. I've never seen a rocket launch. That's like something on my bucket list I want to do one day. So I would love to see an actual rocket launch one day. Like the little guy is super into space and whatnot, so I'd love to be able to take him. Okay, did you enter for your chance to win some filament? If not, well, you'll have another chance on Tuesday, because we're doing the draw now. So let's copy all these names. There we go. Raspberry Pi will be a decent, if overpowered, platform for multi-clipper printing. Yeah, also the dual cams would be nice. Okay, I need a number. Give me a number between like 5 and 10. Let's do 5 and 10. I don't want to count too high again. And 2 and 4 was too low. So 5 and 10. 7, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go. Congratulations to me. Oh God, hopefully there's only one of you in chat. How do you do this? Now I gotta go dig through all this. Okay, 1 second, everyone, while I dig through all the names till I find me. Okay, there's just me. There's me. But now I gotta make sure, out of all 47 of those, there's only one of you. Don't do that. Just don't use short names. You're lucky. You are lucky. You are lucky there's only one of you. Okay, you're lucky. You are lucky. Change my name. Yeah, you are lucky, Mr. Me. Sent. There we go. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. There you go. Email sent. Collect your filament. Congratulations. Golf claps in chat. If your name is two word or 2 letters, use longer, because I have to search for it in the list. Yeah, they did the skill testing. Me is I am Spartacus. If Tuesday rolls around and I see like 50 people enter with Spartacus, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Okay, we are near after dark. I don't know how late we're gonna run the stream today. I know we didn't do a Nero After Dark last week. The Spartacus thing. It would be hilarious until I had to like figure out how to give out a spool of filament to the right one. Although in that case, what I would do is if there, because we've had it before where there's multiple names, where 2 people entered with the same name. We just flipped a coin. So if it was like 40 people entered with Spartacus, I would just do a random number generator, and whatever the 40th or whatever one would be the one who won. But don't do it. Although now I'm kind of asking for it because it's content. Did I hear about what are you talking about, the Starforge stuff? Yeah. I wouldn't really call that drama. Like, when two companies are just trying to be on the right side of a PR war, that's not drama. And I wouldn't even call that drama. It's slightly incorrect reporting because they didn't break out the fact that shipping had bundled in taxes and duties. But then on Starforge's side, they had their machine screwed up and double charged them. So they were both not great. So. I wouldn't call it drama. And remember, these are companies. Remember, drama is like something, you know, Bethany and Tiffany get into in high school because they're trying to make fetch happen. Like, companies having, you know, disagreements about PR matters is not drama. Like you'll see LTT is going to be a little bit more reactive to anything that might make them look bad in the next little while, probably, because obviously they're coming off the recent, as you put, drama. But at the end of the day, they're all companies, right? It's all companies. So this is going to take a while. We're only at 37. Actually, it's coming along pretty good. We're 37% in. Asbon is, well, that's Asmongold. The guy lives like a gremlin. I don't even know what he's doing. Is he still playing World of Warcraft? Or does he even play anything anymore? He's just a React Andy now, right? Like, remember, when... I don't know. It's coming along. Done by morning? Actually, it'll be done before midnight. No, not before midnight. It'll be done before, like, 2 a.m. Like, after the stream ends, I'm probably just gonna go relax, watch some videos or something. And I'll probably check it before going to bed. I probably, this machine, I won't let it... I've done it where I've let this machine run all night and waken up to it. But this machine is something I'd probably want to check before going to bed and turn it off. Just because, you know, it is made out of wood. Ender ring. What's Ender? Enden ring. Like Elden ring? Also, if any of you think the actual like Starforge is run by any of the Austin crew, it's not. They hired an actual CEO to run that company. They just do like, oh, we own it and we do like the PR for it, but they actually probably have very little to do with the actual operation of the company. Well, on the bright side, if the hotend catches fire, it'll just land on a slab of acrylic coated in blue tape and PLA, which is totally not flammable. Typing on a phone? How? I swear, like, I'm part of that generation. Like, I'm only 35, okay? I'm 36 next year. But, like, I watch kids these days. How can you just live on the phone? Like, I don't get that with, like, people that, like, that is something I don't get. Like, I'd rather do everything that I do on a phone, I'd rather do on a computer. Yeah, like, when I worked at the shop, there'd be, you know, kids on Instagram, on Twitter, like, on social media, doing everything on their phone, and I'm like, that's annoying. It's a small screen. Why would you do it on a small screen with crappy sound? Like, especially typing. Like, that's half the reason I didn't, was it Threads? Yeah, I didn't even bother with Threads because they only have an app for it on the phone. You can't even use it on desktop. I'm like, if I'm sitting my butt at a computer all day, I want a desktop app. Be able to take it anywhere. Well, I know, me too. Like, I use my phone for Discord and all that too when I'm out and about. But like, I worked with people that like never had a home computer. They just use their phone. Like they have a computer at home. They have like an old laptop they use for school. But like anytime they're doing anything on social media, it's on their phone. Like, I'm like, you could be on your computer with a bigger screen and better audio and better like UI, but you're just on your phone. Although apparently Twitter on desktop is kind of shit. Why be stuck on a phone when I have 3 4K 34-inch monitors? Oh, Mr. Fancy. Are you doing stock trades with all those monitors? Then again, I've got 3 monitors, but they're all like 1080p. Twitter on it. It is. Twitter is shit, but it's the best at what it does. Let's be honest. Because if any of the alternatives to Twitter were better, we'd all be on them, and we're not. Like I sit at a table and I can't do that. If I wake up in the morning and like, I'm just gonna be on my phone for a bit, lying in bed, after like 20 minutes, my neck hurts and I can't do it anymore. A single 32-inch. So right now, my current setup upstairs on my desktop, I've got 2 24-inch 1080p monitors side by side. The one on the left is my main one. It's 165 hertz. The one on my right used to be my main one, which it was 100, it's 144 hertz, but that's only through DVI dual link. And right now it's obviously nobody uses DVI anymore. I got a 3080, it doesn't even have DVI output. So it's only running at 60 hertz 1080p through HDMI, but it's a secondary monitor, so I don't need high refresh. So I got my main monitor, that, and then above it, I actually have now, I took it out of the garage, the widescreen. So it's a 2560 by 1080, but it's only like 27 inch. It's not a big widescreen. But I had it in the garage, I put it there, so now that sits above it, because it works better when I'm streaming games on the desktop. Because before I just had like a 19-inch like widescreen, like one like the 1440 by like 900p ones or whatever they are. I had that I moved. So. Did I do anything? Yeah, the 30 inch, I replaced the widescreen. So I had that cheap widescreen that I bought that I had out in the garage for monitoring chat and OBS. So I switched that with the 30 inch that you gave me. Three 34-inch 4K ultra wides and force feedback steering wheel hotend. Okay, well you got toys. The thing is, like, I don't want to go 4K. Because that means you need a better computer to run games at 4K. If I was to upgrade any of my monitors, it would be my main one. Maybe do a 1440p, but that's about it. Honestly, I prefer higher frame rate. I'd rather play higher frame rate. I'd rather run a game at a lower resolution with higher fidelity graphics. Like I play all my games at 1080p high settings, like max settings. I'd rather game at a higher fidelity, higher frame rate at a lower resolution than higher resolution, lower fidelity, lower frame rate. But that's just me. That's just me. Also, I don't like how, like the problem is too, if I go to a bigger monitor, it screws my whole setup out. Because everything, like I got wall mounted monitors, I've got like where my mic is, where my cameras are. If I get a bigger monitor, it screws up everything in terms of the way it's laid out. Like 720p is a little too, well, here's the thing. It's all about pixel density, right? So if you're playing on a Stream Deck, 720p makes sense. But at a 24-inch monitor, it don't make sense. But 1080p does. At a 27-inch monitor, 1440p makes a bit more sense. Like, it depends on your density, right? It's like, what is it? 4K makes sense on TVs up till about 60 inches, above 60 inches. Then you start 8K makes sense or something like that. I remember seeing a chart years ago that like TV, like screen size versus distance from face and resolution. Because certain things you get diminishing returns pretty quickly. I need the painter to stop getting COVID and come paint my new workshop. Phil, why don't you paint it? Painting's easy. I've painted my entire house. I painted my shop. I love paint. Well, okay, I hate painting, but I'm okay at it, so I don't mind doing it. Yeah, paint it yourself. It's a shop. Pick a color, go to town. What am I doing? Oh, I'm knocking over the spool. It's gonna be really interesting how the text comes out with this. Is the prep. It depends. Like, if you're pretty good at cutting, when I painted the garage, I didn't tape anything. Even this room, when I painted this room, all I taped was the outlets. All I taped was the outlets. Like the top line, I cut by hand, and then you just roll everything. So going around and cutting, that's probably the most annoying part. After you cut everything, then you go with the roller, and it's easy. And especially if it's a shop, right? It's a shop. You're gonna put holes in the wall. Like this room has holes in everywhere. Like, okay. So see the arm the camera's mounted on? See how it's mounted to blocks of wood? That's because it used to be mounted there. And then it also used to be mounted there. And then I used to have a camera mounted there. And then there's also holes up there because the camera used to be mounted up there for a bit. Like, it's a shop. And I'm not gonna bother fixing any of them until I'm done doing all the stuff I do out here. So probably not anytime soon. Time for some French cleats. I have one French cleat right there because I used to have the rep box on the wall and I took it off. Now it's sitting on a shelf in the garage. So I don't need the French cleat, but I do have the French cleat for it. It's right here. This is inside the house. It used to be a formal lounge, so it needs to be done well enough that it can be done later if we move. Ah, okay. That makes a bit of sense. Also, I never got that. Have you ever watched a home show where they're like, oh, we like the house, but we don't like the paint? You can paint the walls. It's like, just paint the house. Tape is for the week. Yep. You only tape what you need to. And also, take your outlet covers off. If I catch you painting a house, okay? See this? See that? You could take that off. Okay, see how there has two screws? You can take it off. Take it off before you paint. Okay, put in a little baggie with the screws so you don't lose them. Tape up the actual switch so you don't get paint on it. Paint, and then put it back on. Always take off the covers when you paint. Don't paint around them. Don't tape them up, just take them off. Paint in this economy? Only see one screw. Actually, you're right, there's only one screw there. That's a good point. Here's the tip. Paint doesn't go bad, okay? At least no paint I've ever bought has gone bad. Now, you have to mix it, that's the thing. So what you do, and this is a pro tip, a lot of places will have paint on for like buy one, get one every couple times a year. Buy untinted paint, okay? When we bought our house, when we bought this house, when we were like, okay, we're gonna start doing renovations, we went down to the Deluxe or whatever the paint place is called, wherever. They were having a buy one, get one sale. we bought like 8 cans of untinted eggshell base, okay? Because a lot of companies will let you tint it later. So we bought all this paint that was cheap. The price ain't going down anytime soon. So we bought like 8-gallon containers of paint, okay? And then over the next like 3 or 4 years, oh hey, we need to paint, we're painting the living room green. Okay, let's bring 2 of them, we'll get them tinted, and they would shake them up, and then you're good to go. So yeah. Technically it's for 2 years. We used them, it took us about 4 or 5 years to go through them all. Shelf life of 2 years. Is that after it's been tinted? Because we bought like sealed, unopened things, and we just like, you know, because you just go in, hey, we need this tinted, and they just tint it, and that's it. They don't even ask for a receipt or anything. Buy new switch covers. Yeah, this is the basement of the house that we bought that I didn't finish myself. Like, you know, the fact that, the wrong button. You can see there's a gap in the door because nothing is square. Like you could see from that corner to that corner, you could see how big the roof is slanted over the span of the garage door, or the room door. Literally, the roof in this room, the ceiling in this room. So right here, if I put my hand straight up and I make a fist, and I put my hand straight up, I don't touch the ceiling. If I go over here and put my hand straight up, I touch the ceiling by like, I have like an inch. I can't even put my arm straight. So from over there, 10 feet to here, the roof or the ceiling has about a 3-inch slope. Yeah, the previous owner of this home did a great job. Very good job. Me trying to salvage the living room into something actually properly usable. Yeah. Or a slope for drainage. Yes. But no, I've checked it. I've checked it with a level. Both are sloped. Because why would it be lower towards the middle of the house? Also, you would expect it because the drain is right there. On the other side of the wall here is the laundry room, and there's a drain in the floor. And as you move this way, the ceiling gets higher up. Any options for buying? Oh, I'm not moving. We're not moving. We've got 5 years left on our mortgage, and we bought this house at a steal a little over 5 years ago, or actually way more than 5. We bought it in like 2016. Yeah, 2015. We bought this house in 2015. We got like 5 years left on our mortgage. We ain't going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. If the ceiling is sloped, helps it. That's cute. Yeah, there's reasons for things, or it could just be the previous owner built everything down here out of the most crooked 2x2s that they could get their hands on. Max, because we did the giveaway. Actually, let me take that down. We did the giveaway at 11. Sorry, let me remove that. After the mortgage. Oh yeah, that's the plan. Like we got the doggo who destroyed the floors upstairs and the stairs. So like there's you know, we got to redo the kitchen. Everything's builder grade. Like this house is mostly original and it was built around 2000. So everything here is like builder grade. I've already completely gutted and redid the bathroom upstairs. I may have pictures of that. Let's see. That would be in the vault, right? That would be in the vault, yeah. Vault. I think that's the S8. Camera. View, large icons. Okay, so one of the things I had to do with the deck. So, you want to see scary? This was the deck of the house as it came. It took me half an hour to take it down. Because literally it was all rotted. There was nothing holding it up. All the boards, all the 4x4s were rotten right through. Literally it went and it fell over. So I ended up building this. Let me see if I got one of it done. Yeah, so this is what I ended up building. And that's my grill. That was a housewarming gift to myself. So that was the first big project we did on the house. Actually, did I do the bathroom before that? I can't remember. I think I did the bathroom before that, actually. Watch that while I find the... Might be on the S6 back up. No aluminum extrusions? No. After we got married, it was after I did the basement, I think. Yeah. Where is those photos? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so like the old bathroom, the demo of it all, and all that. And there's the new one. Problem is, you can't really take pictures of a bathroom. Because it's like, the bathroom isn't that big, so you can't really get a picture of the entire bathroom. But here's a picture of Doggo. Much younger Doggo. Much younger Doggo. But yeah, that was like 5 years ago we did that. So I've done tons of home reno stuff around the house and whatnot over the years, so. Synthetic decking. I was gonna do synthetic, but the thing is, like, I've got wood on mine and it's held up fine. All I've had to do is repaint it once or restain it once. So, considering the price difference, it wasn't really worth it to look at. We did look at doing a synthetic deck, but it was just like, eh. I instead of doing synthetic deck, I put the money I would have spent on a synthetic deck and I bought a bitchin' grill. So. Like, it's all pressure treated, it's properly stained and whatnot, so. James, if you're watching the stream, Polymaker takes a couple days to a couple weeks. Because I think they do it in batches. If you're concerned and it's been a while, reach out to them on your Discord or on their Discord. all those skills and we still using the filament as a cam stand. If it ain't broke, I mean, reduce, reuse, recycle. We're reusing. Hello? Okay, I guess we found out how long these last. Okay, the DJI mics last about how long have we been live for? 3.5 hours. 4 hours? 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. Okay. There you go. So the DJI mics last 3.5 hours. Luckily, you get to swap them. So that's not bad. Although I will say it's much better than the headset's still going. So we used to only get 3 hours out of the headphones, and now we get, you know, more than 3 hours, so that's good. Audio just went down. We lost the mic for a bit, and so I swapped to a different mic. Any update on Stealth Dueler? I'm getting an EP. May end up calling it soon. Yeah, I think we're gonna call the stream soon. Chat's slowing down, and I'm getting sleepy. So I think this is a good spot to call it. Good spot to call it. Anything, last things you wanted me to go over? Anyone else want to announce they don't like the show anymore, so I can kick them from chat and ban them? Seriously, why do people do that? I don't like your content. Okay, cool. Ban. Goodbye. Is an afterburner shroud worth it? What do you mean? Like, if you're building a printer, you should be building a stealth burner. Like, are you talking about putting an afterburner on a non-Voron? Personally, not really. The stealth burner, the Voron toolhead is designed the way it is because it's on a Voron. And there's, you know, everything has to be vertical because of the XY space limitations we have. Putting one on like an Ender is an upgrade over a stock one, but is there better alternatives? Probably. So what is my quest? To find the Holy Grail or something. So yeah, we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go have a snack. I'm a little hungry. So yeah, I will post pictures of this print on Twitter and the Discord when it's done, probably in the morning. But yeah. How do you feel about cross-gantry machines in general? They're fine. It's a little bit annoying because you have a motor that's belted to a rod that's belted to another rod, and your car kind of limited in max size. You can't scale this up that big because you're moving a lot of belts and rods and whatnot. So like these use 6mm rods. If you were to make this bigger, you would get droop and whatnot. Next game stream Monday. Probably Monday. I doubt there's always a chance tomorrow, but Monday will be the next game stream. 11 to 2. All streams next week are 11 to 2. Ever use my Anchor Maker? I tested it a few times. It prints okay. The thing is, what am I going to print on it? Like, what am I going to print on it? I tested it. I did a bunch of test prints on it. This was printed on it. I know it's a white model, so like the probably doesn't show up too good on camera, but it prints fine. It's just the cloud service is annoying, and the ability, like the fact you have to use the cloud to use the printer is kind of the downside, and it's not enclosed. But otherwise, it's fine. Like it's not a bad printer. It's just usability is not the kind of printer I would use it for. It looks good on camera though. Bernard, $10. Cheers. Good live stream. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. So we're gonna call it there. I'm gonna go get a snack or something. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Again, as always, shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Link for them and more in the video description. How many were given out? 78. I got the number here, and that's not private because anyone could go through the stream and count them if they really want to. 78 new members. Also, shout out to anyone who donated to the channel, gifted memberships to others, many of you, or became members of the channel yourself. I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. If you haven't had a chance to check out today's video, go watch it. It needs all the help it can get. So make sure you like the smash button on it and leave a comment. And share it with your friends. Yeah, share it. Do it. I don't do that thing where people tell you to spam Twitter and other social medias when I'm live, but go share that video. I like it. I like that robot. I kind of want to build one now. Damn it. And shout out to Bondtech for making a nozzle that you can jam in this thing that kind of works okay. I don't know if they gave me the CHT or if this is one that came with the kit, but I just happened to find it in a bag. Just got here. Well, John, you can watch it after. Double checking chat. Okay, yeah, so we're good there. Don't forget, Thursday will be the members only live stream. So if you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, check out, stay tuned for links for that. And then Friday, you have less than a week to enter for the monthly community challenge. So if you've printed a cosplay, you can go print a mask. You can go print a mask, take a picture of you wearing it, and enter it. Easy peasy, chance to win some filament and merch. So yeah, so it's Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. And I will see you Monday for a game stream and Tuesday for more VZ Bot printer building shenanigans. Hopefully we'll actually get a print out of it this time. Goodbye.